Welcome everyone. My name is Ryan and we are back playing Vintage Story once again. This is the Wilderness Survival World and I've put a few mods in here. If you're watching me after the fact, check the description of the YouTube video. It's got my full mod list down there, plus the playlist too, so you can watch some of the earlier VODs. But hello, we've got someone in chat. What's up, Big Late Lunch? Welcome to the stream, my friend. You are the first chatter over there in Twitch. Hello, we're also, of course, live on YouTube as well, but man, being wilderness survival, we have no map. Of course, you know, if we die, we get restarted 5,000 blocks away without any knowledge of which direction our shelter is. So I'm basically just trying to survive. You know, we're still in the very early stages currently. We don't have copper yet, but we do have some food, so at least that's something. And we've got a little shelter here built on the edge of the lake. I think the goal today is to get some charcoal going for sure. I need to do that because I would love to actually make a map at some point. One of the mods I have adds in just a very simple map. Here it is, Immersive Maps by the Wolf of Wolf. So I really want to try this, but in addition to the paper itself, we also need a charcoal pencil. Later we can do ink and quill, but yeah, it's very simple. Just a rock, some fiber, which we have, but charcoal we need. So, hello, Generanine's here. What's up? What's up? Yeah, the goal is just to survive, buddy, but no, I want to make a map for sure in today's stream. And maybe we'll try some of the other, you know, tailoring, the immersive tailoring craft, or what is it? Immersive Fibercraft, that's it. Just explore some of the mods and stuff. But hello, Cursed Wist. Welcome. Thanks for joining the stream today, Wist. It's great to see you again. Are you getting more and more excited about the tops reset? I know that I am, for sure, for sure. Good morning, Cutie Bun Bunny. Hello. Yes, VV, you are first over in YouTube chat, buddy. Thanks for coming by. Moldy Martian's here. Hello, Moldy Martian. There he is, old freak Pinkerton. You're right, buddy. I started about 10 minutes earlier than normal. You know me, I can't wait. I say that I'm going to wait until noon, but that just is like rough. But first things first, let's get some wood chopped. I think that should be our big priority right now, is to get that charcoal going. So let's get started, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, I'm trying not to start like 45 minutes or half an hour early like I used to do. You know, like I said, try and keep it as close to noon as possible. And I think noon is a pretty good time. Noon my time, obviously. Whatever time it is for you right now when I start, that's what I think I'm going to be going with, at least going forward into the future here. BV, how's the farm? And do you have some copper tools? Not yet. We died in our old spot before we got to copper, and we've basically we got a full restart in the last one, but we're going to work on that today. And the first step is to get some wood, well, some charcoal. Now we do have a fairly decent amount of food back home, and this little mushroom patch is marked, so let me go ahead and just do this one more. But I'm going to head to, I don't know, maybe these pine trees over here. If we cut a couple of these down, we might be in pretty good shape. But, wow, even more mushrooms. All right, we'll just take this one. Food, luckily, you know, like I said, sadly, we did die and restart. But I'm actually loving this place that we restarted to. Turns out it was for the best. I mean, we've gotten a ton of bony soil, which unfortunately didn't so far yield a temporal gear, but in addition to that, there's just a bunch of food. We're doing okay. How far do you expect to try and go in this save? Well, Gabriel, it's a good question. Gabriel Firehunter, hello. The Top's official server restart is happening at the end of February, roughly, unless it gets delayed again. So basically, whenever that restart happens, I'll probably put this one on hold and just focus on playing in that world, you know, for a couple months or just however long. But it's a good question. It is a good question. So we've got at least another month. Like I said, they could always push that back and delay that reset too. They've already done that once, so I'm not worried about it. Gonna try and survive, and of course, maybe we'll add some more mods as we go. Right now, it's pretty light on the mod list. You know, I'm trying to stick with mods that are just kind of new to me for the most part. Pretty Valley, you think so, Cursewist? Of course, we have no map right now, but that's going to be today's goal. Yeah, it's not a bad spot. Uh-oh. Hello, Mr. Grizzly. He looks like he's on the hunt. He's moving pretty quickly. Let's get this wood knocked down. Yep, bears are in the area, folks, but sometimes the Valley and Vintage Story is actually a great place. I agree. I was wondering about that. You did start as early as 8:30 PST sometimes. Yeah, thought I was going crazy. No, Donnie, you know, I'm just getting settled into the full-time streaming. This is only like my third or fourth week of doing it, but I think kind of the schedule I've got now, at least the time, whatever time, if you're in PST, then you're, what, 3 hours ahead of me or before me? So, yeah, whatever time it is for you now, this is going to be roughly when I, you know, basically stream. Sometimes a couple minutes early, but see how far. Okay, read that one. But I appreciate everybody coming through and hanging out. Of course, if you do have to leave early, the VODs will be up on my YouTube channel as soon as we finish today's stream. But I'm excited to get started and make this place our home. Now, I'm going to avoid doing too much active hunting. Another goal for today is to actually get some crops planted. I have yet to actually plant a single crop at this current location, but we ended up getting just a whole bunch of grain from some of the ruins nearby. So in the end, we're doing okay. Like, we're not starving. 2 hours behind. Thank you, Don. Appreciate that, my friend. Yep, I'm central. So it's 10 a.m. for you then when I go live, which is pretty early, but I think, yeah. Oh, what? What? Oh my God, look at that. Hold on, I can't chop that down. I almost ended up chopping that thing. I was like close to breaking this tree. I didn't even look at the tooltip. Well, we need more. Where's that bear? I'm a little bit nervous about him coming up behind me. But, yeah, I do need a bit more wood, so let's venture over here. Let me put my packed dirt in my hand, just in case we do need to tower up. Oh, crap, hold on. That was close. We got to save that one. At least I know now, too, we've got a small, close source of pine resin. You know what, in fact, I'm just going to go ahead and grab that, because we don't need it, and I won't need it for quite a while, but honestly, having it constantly replenishing is a smart idea, you know? It's worth just taking one space in our inventory or our chests back home in order to keep a steady supply of resin, because if we do get up to the windmill stage, we'll be happy that we have that. What's going on, Permarin? How you doing, my friend? Permian. No, that's not it. Permarin, how you doing? Good evening. Wanted to ask if you'd in the future do like very big mod packs, like close to 300 or so, with the goal of museum kind of thing where you'd need to collect one at least. Oh, so kind of a completionist run, heavily modded. It's not a bad idea. You know, I'm not opposed to a heavily modded run at all. Basically, the only limiting factor would just be my PC and, you know, giving you guys a smooth experience. In other words, I don't want to overload and cause stuttering or any of those issues. But yeah, I'd be up for that, my friend, for sure. It sounds like that would probably work best, more of like a Let's Play, pre-recorded and edited Let's Play series, but could work too. Hello, Miniature Mongoose, who suggests putting a torch or even a packed dirt block on the tree. That's not a bad idea, just to remind myself. How much room do we have? We got enough room for some more grain, so let's grab this. Also, just going to get this tree knocked down, too. I'm trying to watch chat, but I got to keep my eyes on the screen so we don't get attacked by a bear here. But if I miss anybody's comments, I do apologize. If there's something you want to tell me about, like if I miss some high fertility soil or something important, you can always hit @hardware despair, and that'll kind of make the comment a little bit more visible for me in chat. But happy weekend. Big Rod's here. What's up, Rod? How's it going, my friend? Great you could stop by today. Time for deftly dodging death, gathering grass and grub, sideways soil instability, and professional panning. That's right. We are going to be panning quite a lot. Quite a lot. Now, that's probably enough wood. Actually, I doubt it is, but my inventory is full, so let's get home. Okay, I'm going to drop these seeds a little bit closer to home. Another thing I'd like to do today is kind of establish where this temporal instability cuts off. Because you can see we are slowly losing stability. That's the one like bad thing about this little spot here. Everything else is good about it but that. Although technically our little hut there is not in a temporally unstable. I built that place specifically because it was just outside of the boundaries. So again, I'd like to establish a little bit more. Like see if we can build over here something. All right, let's see. Talking mods reminds me I need to get the IDE set up. Something technical, I assume. I don't know what that is exactly. Let's eat from this bowl. Okay, and boom. Okay, let's get a little established spot here for our charcoal. So I'd like to see, this is good. Okay, temporal stability is not bad here. So it's basically our base right there is kind of the cutoff point. If I go past this towards the ruins, then stability starts to drop ever so slowly. But it does get worse and worse. So just trying to establish that is going to be important. Now let's see here. A couple of things. There's about a bajillion flowers in this area, and it's in my way. So let's get rid of some of this debris, some of this overgrowth here. I've been scouring YouTube for such content, but the few I find with some of the large mod pack videos, I don't vibe with the person or editing style. Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoy the content. Yeah, definitely. I look forward to another heavily modded playthrough for sure. You know, I think a good time for something like that would be after the next big update, which I think, you know, I want to speculate and just guess, just total guessing here, that's going to come out at the end of February. And when that happens, you know, we'll have probably a couple weeks where we've got to wait a little bit for mods to get updated. But at that point, I'm definitely going to be interested in thinking about, you know, a new single player Let's Play series. Mini Mongoose might have fallen asleep again. Uh-oh. How about this? Every half an hour, Mongoose, I'll just shout all of a sudden. I'll raise my voice in anger or fear, and that'll keep you awake. How's that sound? All right, I'm not going to bother with these flowers. Just too much inventory space to juggle. Now, here's what we're going to do. This is a good spot to build, although I think we are... Are we stable here? We're stable. So let's go ahead and dig down just one layer. And I'm starting real small. There's a flower. In other words, I'm not going to go crazy with charcoal, at least not right away. We just want to get something quick and dirty. Okay, there it is. Literally quick and dirty. It's made of dirt, people. All right, let's do this. Go there. Good. I don't think we got enough here, but we'll find out shortly. All right, let's start dumping it. Now, this is twofold, of course. Once we get up to copper and find some, we're obviously going to need this. But in addition, I'm hoping to make a map today. And as I've explained earlier, we're going to need some charcoal to actually scribble out the map. Okay. So now we need another axe. Yeah, we're just going to be a little bit short here, but we're pretty close. We'll just go back up to the tree line and get some more. Okay, let's whip together another axe or two. I'll just do a couple of them. So we're going to be making a lot of this. All right. Crow Fighter, what's up, buddy? Thanks for coming by. Hey, see what we're doing, what I learned? Dig a hole. Ulfric, thanks for gifting a subscription, buddy. I just noticed that. I appreciate that. And congratulations to Miniature Mongoose for receiving a Twitch subscription. Congratulations, Mini Mongoose. At least the ads won't make me sleep. You know, when I was younger, when my dad was still around, we would watch old TV. This was before the days of the internet. And he hated commercials. He would always mute commercials. And like whenever he would record, a TV show, he was one of those people who would have to edit out the actual commercials, the live editing, where you pause the recording mid-episode each time. He was that kind of guy. And so I kind of learned, that aversion for advertisement early on. It's funny now, though, because now I literally make a living, because of ads, but it's a deal with the devil, it's a compact with evil that we make in this world. Hey, what's going on, Warcraft? How you doing, my friends? NL, is this mapping a vanilla mod or I'm sorry, the mapping here? Let me show you. It is a mod. This is I've got a few mods, and if you're interested, the mod list is down in the description. But it's called Immersive Maps by Woeful Wolf. Here's a bit of a description. We're gonna need some paper and the charcoal pencil, so that's what we're working on now. But it's kind of an alternative, you might say, to craftable cartography. A little bit simpler, but I think it's still in development. All right, hold on. Let me come back and empty my inventory. I got a little bit too much clutter here. But thanks for coming by the stream, everybody. How's everyone doing today? All right, we got our pit kilns have finished. That's beautiful. Let me just slap those into that for now. Actually, let's do something like this. Beautiful. Okay, we'll put this resin away. Actually, I might be totally out of room. Nope, we got plenty of room. Look at that. Let's eat the berries. Just looking to see what we can start a fire here with. Let's put that in there. It's just brown coal we got from panning or something. Or no, I think we got that from a ruin. Okay, and we are going to get some agriculture going soon. But for right now, we're just stuffing this away. Let me actually grab this too. Take that. Probably have a spear with me. Not a bad idea. Also, I need a little bit more packed dirt. All right, we're doing good, people. A little bit of inventory management. That is over. Let's see. By the way, do you use any of the mod managers? No, I don't, actually. I've looked at them, but I do not, or just vanilla ones. Personally, I use Simple Mod Manager. That sounds interesting. I'll have to look at that one. Yeah, when in a playthrough like this, where I've only got about a half dozen or a dozen series mods, it's not too bad to update them manually, but you're right. In a playthrough like we were talking about earlier with hundreds of mods, oh yeah, I would definitely look for a mod manager in that situation for sure, but so many bones. I could build myself a skeleton, friend. That's true. I'd probably chisel one, though, if I was going to build a skeleton. I would chisel one and just grind those into a powder. But let's see. Ibuprofen and acetaminophen together. Poor man's codeine. I'm on one of those today. All right, let's see. Wait, hold on. I wanted to put these down. Drop those right in front. There's no room. I do love that we can do the floor stacking with so many different items now. It's fantastic. All right, tiny little bit of wood left. Let's go chop some before we lose daylight. It is currently 5 o'clock, so we don't have a lot of time left. Well, maybe head over in this direction. Oh, there's a couple trees over here. We'll go over here because it's a bear. We saw a bear kind of behind us in that last location. So this might be a little bit safer. Good morning. What's going on there, Zell? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for dropping by the stream. Just getting started here, of course, in our wilderness survival world. There's so many mushrooms everywhere. I love it. Now let's be extra careful and make sure that I'm not chopping down a tree that's got resin coming out of it. Grab a few more sticks, too. Almost got a full stack of sticks. I feel like I never have enough sticks, but in this particular run, I'm doing good. I'm heavy on sticks. Let's see. Good morning, folks. Hopefully you have coffee and a heat pad. I feel you, Dawn. I've been experiencing some neck and shoulder pain the last couple days. I think I legitimately pinched a nerve, so I can empathize with you and sympathize. I hope you can get over it and goes away in a day or so. Nothing worse than lingering pain, especially if you're trying to sleep with it. That's the worst, really. All right. Nothing worse than getting a bad night's sleep, waking up in pain. All right, let's check this little guy out. Tiny little pine trees. They could still have resin. No, I don't think so. I don't like this area, though. It's way too overgrown. There could be wolves, like, right on the other side of some of these bushes, and I wouldn't even know it till it was too late. So we're going to stay up all night tonight panning, people. Get pumped. Get prepared. The levels of excitement on the stream today are just going to go through the roof. You guys don't even know. You think you've seen exciting movies or TV shows? Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. Let's see. What kind of coffee do you like, Don? I'm a big fan of, there's a Mexican coffee. It's a really fine grind. It's an espresso grind. It's called Cafe Bustio. I'm sure you guys, a lot of American maybe have seen it. They carry it in most grocery stores and stuff. Comes in a little yellow brick. It's already been 3 days. Unfortunately, neck and shoulder stiff as a board. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's rough. Let's actually grab this. Okay, just looking around. Should we grab this other tree? Oh, I got an oak seed. Yeah, let's grab this other tree. I swear I just heard like a wolf, but it sounded like it was really far in the distance. Okay. You're coming with me, mighty pine. Thank you for your sacrifice. Fallout is getting interesting. What's going on, Wasteland Casualty? Thanks for stopping by the stream. Panning with despair. That's right, my friend. Panning with nothing but despair. Pans full of despair. Shears wait. No. Needs to be a chainsaw tool that just mows down all the bushes. Yeah, shears do kind of trim the bushes a little bit, but... Oh, no. The shears will cut bush. I was thinking you were talking about berry bushes for a second. All right. We got one more inventory spot. Let's keep going. I want to push this till I get enough here. Get red brick, light roast, and I think current batch is caramel flavoring. Ooh. All right, let's go back. The yellow block coffee, though, sounds familiar. I really like it. I mean, you can make it overly strong if you're not careful because it's like ground twice as fine as normal coffee. So if you put in like your normal serving, it's going to be way too strong. So I can like cut my coffee intake basically in half or just make it stretch really long. But it's good stuff. All right, so here we go. Let's get over here. Wait, I've got some seeds. Let's relieve ourselves of these seeds real quick. And I've got an oak seed. Nope. Got an oak here. It's great. We got all these sticks. Big fan of the stick, people. Big stick guy. Shears just lose durability fast. They do. I'm sleeping. I forgot they exist. It happens. That does happen, sadly. The shears. I could never forget about the scythe, though. The scythe is one of my favorite tools in this game. It's equivalent to the spindle when I'm playing card survival games. I like the scythe a lot. There we go. I've even made a short about the scythe once. Oh, are we just a little bit short, or do we have enough? Oh, we got enough, people. And I have 4 pieces left over, which is exactly what we need to actually get the fire started. It's almost like I planned this, but let me assure you I did not. All right, so let's do it. And I'm going to need more dirt. I think we're going to spend a little bit of time before sundown just digging up some dirt. All right, first charcoal batch going. See, we're progressing. This is technically progression, people. I don't need to find all kinds of fancy metal to progress. This is it. Did I light it? Yeah, charcoal pit. We got that extra tool tip warming up. 22, let's go. All right, so what did I say I want to do? Dig some dirt. Now, I think while we're digging out dirt for the garden, we should also be setting up like a bit of a trap, like a pit trap like we did on our last location before I died. Oh, let's not talk about the death too much, though, but we are going to cut a bit of grass back, and then we'll just dig ourselves a pit again. Like I said, excitement, just unending excitement, people. Butesca is easy to overdo, but versatile. Interesting. Thanks for sharing that, Rod. I've never heard of that one, I don't think. I don't know. There's so many different coffee varieties in this country. I've probably seen it. If they sell it at the store, it's probably something I've walked past, but Coffee is just bean water. I'm more into leaf water. You like tea? I got into green tea, and I still really enjoy green tea quite a bit, but there was a time there where I tried to give up coffee and like cut back on caffeine, which I probably should try and do again, but I went to a tea alternative and I settled on green tea, which is very mild. I think I can... Oh, snap. Oh shit, there's a bunch of them, people. There's a bunch of them. Alright, we're fine. We're fine. Everything's good. That was the easiest thing I've ever done in my life. Those guys don't know how to fight right. They got some sort of brain problem. Alright, we're fine. We're good. We got our charcoal going. I did not get the pit dug, but we're safe. We're tucked in for the night, people. Let's go. All right, let's look at our inventory space. Let's light up this place a little bit too for you guys. A little bit too dark in here. Oh, that was some dodging right there. Dodging and weaving. Like Mike Tyson. Or wait, float. What is it? Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. That's Muhammad Ali, actually. Let's get it right. Greatest of all time. All right, let's go. Tea is a cultural thing. You can't imagine a day without it. That's right. It is cultural in a lot of countries, no doubt. So we've got 5 pieces of copper. Let's multiply that by a Google. Okay, I got too many sticks now. No, there's no such thing as too many stick boys. All right, so we shall pan away the day. Or the night, technically. Let's do it. Wait, I've still got food cooking. Over here wasting charcoal. Alright. Come here. Good. We'll pick that up. That'll be our din-din. Let's go ahead and eat a little bit. Guys, get ready. It's about to... hold on to your seats, literally. It's about to get crazy up in here. Now, the goal is to get a temporal gear. That's the whole task right now. But we're also going to have a good time and just chat about stuff. We'll talk about tea and culture. Here's one. Okay, here's a good coffee talk topic. That's what I'm trying to say. Some people criticize Americans, say that we have no real culture of our own over here. What do you guys think of that? Yay or nay? Panning time, talking time. That's right. Temple gear, hopefully. So keep your eyes peeled. If I have a temporal gear pop up, we're gonna do a little celebration. You like English breakfast? Nothing in it. My stepdad was from England, Leeds specifically, and he taught me what an English breakfast was. I love their cooking. A lot of people criticize the British; they don't have like good cuisine, but I don't think that's true at all. There are certain things I'm sure I wouldn't like jellied eels and whatever else. But one of my favorite foods is a good cottage pie with some Yorkshire pudding. Excellent, excellent stuff. Temple gear, let's go. We need it. Tyson was, everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face. That's what it was, Don. Yep, 100%. Tyson was legit like a prophet. No, he was a pretty bad guy in a lot of ways, but he was a troubled soul, that man. Great fighter, though, undeniably. I go back and watch like some of his highlight reels on YouTube. Sometimes get caught up in that kind of a rabbit hole. But he was devastating puncher. Man, I hear those stupid animals out there, the stupid monsters just jumping around, making all kinds of noise. No real culture, agreed, Rod says. We're adapting everything into a mishmash. Interesting. Well, couldn't you then say that in itself is American culture? Is not American culture, in other words, is not personified by one or category, but by a mishmash of all things. And that in itself is the culture. Or no, you would just say a mishmash, collage is not actually a culture. It's a fake. It's a pseudo culture. It's opposing. Ew, Mattis, what's up, my friend? Hello, welcome. I know bourbon is technically uniquely American liquor, so culture-wise, there's a start. Good point, General 9. Good point. Tyson is better now. Yeah, he's tortured. Yeah, that's true. He had a really fascinating interview on Joe Rogan, and I'm not a big Rogan fan. I used to be back in the day when he would have like good guests on, but I remember Tyson talked about how being a fighter, part of that was giving in to the aggression and the hatred in a lot of ways, you know. in order to be a capable fighter. You got to maintain that mindset. And so when he got out of fighting, he was a lot more at peace with himself and the world because he didn't have to focus on violence, literally beating people up, you know. I've only been in America, so I don't know. It's a huge place with lots of different people. That's true. Yeah, that's one thing they always talk about is America's a melting pot. I think that's very true. Kenny, what's up, Big Kenny? And I just agree as someone who's lived in North and South and Mason-Dixon Land, America has a lot of its own stuff. I agree. I tend to think that, you know, here's a great example. And it's hard to judge yourself. I will say that right off the bat. You know, as someone living in a culture, it's hard to really remove yourself and try and judge that culture adequately or objectively. But I think that one of the biggest contributions America has made is in entertainment and media, specifically music, movies, and books, you know, and television, of course, too. And again, you might think that's trivial, but there it is. Hey, we did it. Boom, 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 boom. We got the temple gear. All right, we're not stopping, though. We're not stopping, people. We got more time. We got more stuff to talk about. But anyway, the impact of media, American media worldwide, has had tremendous benefits for the American economy, you know, for integration of American society throughout the world, you know, Western society, I guess you might call it. But, you got to be a monster. What is happening? Okay, I just accidentally screwed up here. Hold on. I did something wrong. That's not what I wanted to do. Where's my packed dirt? I got to pack the sides of this thing here. Temporal gear. Let's go. You know what? I'm not going to sit on ceremony. We're just going to go ahead and use this, so. A bink. Ooh, that right there. Now, it should have said it. No, maybe it doesn't tell you when you do set your spawn point, but now we only have 3 uses of that. So once we die 3 times, we'll restart again randomly. But it will tell me how many uses I've got left in the... Oh, wait, it's on the damage. No, it's on general. Yeah, but of course we have to die for it to show that. And that's not going to happen, people, so... Just get used to it. How dare you wish for my death? I know Mini Mongoose thinks I was going to die. Alright, let's see. Unique stuff isn't culture, in my opinion. It's shared experience kind of thing, which isn't really a thing in America. Lots of enclaving. Okay. Thank you for sharing that opinion. And Jen says, when it comes to culture, I like to start from the small parts, then connect those to a big frame. If you start big, you can miss a lot of stuff. That's a good point. Wait, what did... America's gun culture. I just saw your comment, VP. No, that's certainly true. I mean, because if you look at other countries other than America, a lot of them, it's crazy for... the idea of people being able to just carry guns around in the street, like go to Japan, you know, for instance, it's a good example. Nobody thinks about carrying guns. It's not a part of their culture, but in America, it very much is, you know. You go down south, you'll see like young children with guns and stuff, you know, being raised by a gun culture for sure, 100%. Although it's a very troubled and I think misunderstood type of thing, but I don't want to offend anybody. Edvard, what's up, big Edvard? How you doing, my friend? You joined at the perfect time, buddy. We're talking about all kinds of crazy stuff. I want to try gun. What does that mean? I've only shot a gun once in my life, and it was a 22 little like squirrel rifle. I don't know what it technically was, but a friend brought it on a camping trip, and it was fun. Just shoot at some melons, you know, and some tin cans and stuff, but I would never want to go hunting. You know, I've killed animals before in landscaping. It's unavoidable when you do enough landscaping, and it's gruesome. I obviously didn't kill them with guns. Did it with lawnmowers and weed eaters and stuff accidentally, but even, like, seeing, a bunny, not to get too graphic, but seeing, little animals like that is hard to deal with. I have struggles, seeing that kind of thing. I don't know about anybody else, but... You don't mind open carry? It's great conversation starter. That's true. I think America's too big and too divided for shared experience, though, in comparison to a smaller, more connected culture. That's an interesting perspective. Oh, crap. Getting hungry. Been watching the Cataclysm run. Right on, buddy. The live streams. Yeah, yesterday was a lot better than the first stream. So I'm feeling good about the latest run we've got with our boy Ulfric the Mutant. The would-be mutant. But I'm glad you dropped by to say hello and you're checking out the Cataclysm. I hope you can make a future stream. Oh, by the way, too, I did just put my schedule for live streaming up for next week. That's pinned in both YouTube and Twitch. So anybody wants to know when I'll be streaming next week, it should be out and available to you. Shoot a 50 cal. Understood, BV. Understood. Wait, let's see. Am I full? Okay, yeah, I'm full on stuff. Let's put a few things away. I don't like when my panning items drop out of my pants and fall to the ground like that. Okay, well, we don't have a lot of room. I need to spend half the day tomorrow just cutting down cattails, and maybe we can actually make some serious baskets. Then again, we could spend the day looking for copper, and maybe we could actually get some chests. If you ever want an easy start, have you tried laps? Damn you, Edvard. Oh, shoot. Talking about crazy stuff, was doom scrolling YouTube last night, came across the most plausible explanation of how the pyramids were built, not with limestone, but with limestone concrete. That's fascinating. That's fascinating. Poured. Now, wouldn't they be able to tell, though, from an analysis of the rocks themselves, whether it was actual limestone blocks quarried from, the bedrock, or poured concrete? I don't know. I'm no expert on materials, building materials like that, but that's fascinating. What are your thoughts about the mod Seraph Leveling? I've been looking into the mod. Wasteland Casualty, good question. Actually, that is one of the mods that we have in this current playthrough. It caught my eye for sure, and I can show you right now. My only concern with it is that it might be a little bit too overpowered. So I think when I started today, we've spent about 7 hours in this current world. And if we look at my traits, so I started as a commoner with 0 traits, and I did that intentionally to kind of test this mod. We've leveled up fleet-footed 8 times in 7 hours of play, so I now have an 8% walk speed buff. I have leveled up my soldier once, pilfer twice, resourceful once. Forager has been leveled up 6 times in 7 hours, and of course my hunger rate too. So I love the idea, but I am paying close attention to this, and I'm not sure, but it might be possible to tweak some of those, percentage rate gains in the config file. So I haven't looked into that yet, but that might be the next step for me, is just to see if I can tweak Seraph Leveling. But thanks for asking. It's definitely a mod that I'm interested in, and I'm going to give it a fair shot for sure, because there's another mod that kind of does something similar, but it's called X Skills. I don't know if anybody's familiar with X Skills. That one is one of my favorite mods for Vintage Story, so it is going to be hard to replace X Skills. Really, let's see the full potential of Seraph Leveling. In my opinion, this run is a great test. Well, thanks, Rod. I think you're right, buddy. There are remains of saws that used to form blocks. Mattis, I've seen those examples. There are literal blocks in the Egyptian official museum where it is clear as day that there was sawing going on, And of course, you have to remember, any discussion about the building of the pyramids, we have to remind ourselves that the standard model of archaeology states that during the time of the official building of the 3 great pyramids, they did not have anything more than copper tools and stone, and they did not have the wheel. The wheel had not been invented yet. So that's important to remember. And those couple of points are some of the reason why I doubt the standard model of archaeology regarding specifically the, mega construction of the pyramids. Now, I'm not saying it was aliens or some sort of high tech. I'm just saying we don't have a full understanding of it. is my, assumption, or what I'm asserting, I should say. And so I'm not willing to rule out anything. That is a mystery, I think, still. And, another important point is that they also state, I think that they say the three Great Pyramids were constructed over an 80-year time span. You have to look that up. But again, the standard model of archaeology states that it happened in just like 1 or 2 generations. And again, it seems very unlikely. I mean, again, people are amazing animals. Humans have done some astounding things. So I don't want to undercut human achievement in any sense. But again, you really have to suspend disbelief to buy into the official narratives. You really do, in my opinion. But either way, okay, let's get focused here. It's 4 a.m. What's going on, Kagedo One? How's it going, buddy? Something I saw about Egyptian pyramids recently was the theory that they salvaged from the finished ones to start new. I think that's definitely true in some regards. And it's important to remember, too, that there are dozens, if not hundreds, of different pyramids and temples on the plateau, underground as well. There's a whole system underground of tunnels and other, enclaves and stuff, burial chambers and stuff, too, that most of the public never sees. Let's see if anything was but sandstone, adult, chipped with plastic. This is the good discussion. I love the discussion. Let's see. It's 4:30. I can still hear the monsters outside. So let's do a couple of things here. We're gonna empty out the inventory just a little bit. Inventory management time, people. It's everybody's favorite time. The most exciting part of the stream, if you ask me. All right. So we'll go ahead and make a spear. We'll have that made. Let's put these sticks down. A little backup stick action. I guess I'll put them right here. I do have some clay. What should we make next in terms of our clay? Oh, I don't have any blue. Just eat those real quick. Let's see. Minnie says, oh, wait, Kage says, wrote a script for that MMO I mentioned, Minions of Mirth, that queries the database for good targets to farm. Right on, buddy. Good job. Minnie says, I remember seeing a video of someone recreating techniques they thought were used in the pyramids to move giant stone blocks. I've seen some videos like that. I think Nova, the PBS documentary series, did something on that. Yeah, the movement of the stones themselves has always been a controversial subject, no doubt. Go in there? No. All right. I think we're full over here. God, I got to spend some time just digging up more cattails. Oh, wait. I've got this sand. So I think I'll take the mushrooms out. Maybe we'll make a pot of real thick mushroom stew real quick. Sounds delicious. Pure mushroom. What are we doing? Boop. All right, we'll just eat these real quick. Do I have another copper spear bit? No, these are arrowheads, buddy. Okay, so let's see here. I think I'll save that, actually. Let's use this. Premarian says, in the end, we won't ever know. That's true. Only speculate. Yeah, that's true. It's kind of sad, but I think its best explanation for the saws was to use soft wood like palm. So to make casts for the limestone concrete pouring. Yay, Wasteland Casualty. Thanks for following the channel, buddy. Appreciate that. And tests have been done with the copper saws on quarried limestone. It takes about an hour to saw 4 millimeters. Yeah, that is fascinating. All right. I think things have died down outside. I shouldn't say the word die. But let's just look. Hello? Uh-oh. We got a shiver boy right there. I think we're looking at medium rift activity. Let's try and get out here. We can't hide in our little dirt hut forever, though. Okay, that shiver's looking at me weird. Stay away from me, Shiver. Alright, so the charcoal's still going. I don't see any bow torns. I don't love that Shiver there. Maybe we can get him to disappear if we run out of the chunk. So let's run. We shall run. Just a little bit. Looking around. We'll say we're looking for copper right now. That's what I'm doing. Looking for copper bits. And what was that over there? Probably some clay or something. Alright, Shiver's probably gone. Let's go back. And I think first things first, I still want to dig this pit. I want to dig a pit so that we can start accumulating animals for food. And the dirt from the pit will then go into laying out our first agriculture, which we really need to get to. So this is where I started. Yeah, let's do it. Let's dig. It's nothing fancy. We're just going to go 2 by 2. Or, well, not 2 by 2, but 2 by something else, some other number. All right, let's see here. Something considered in that vein, Egypt is so far reaching that ancient Egypt had their own archaeologists studying even more ancient Egypt. That's not wrong. Yeah, I mean, it did exist for thousands of years, for sure, for sure. And the modern Egyptians, not modern, but Egyptians that interacted with like the Greeks and stuff, like Cleopatra, very famous. She was more Greek than, true native Egyptian. Let's see here. Yeah, it makes me think of a Minecraft shipwreck. Aw, thanks, Mini Mongoose. I don't think it was a compliment, but I'll take it as one. BV, anyway, I love that I have opposite problem in my card survival. Oh, you have too much food. Uh-oh, some of it's starting to go to waste. YouTube character limit. Uh-oh. Watch it. Kagi says, I don't know if I mentioned I switched browsers. Firefox got rid of their we don't sell your data question. No way. So does that mean they're selling people's data? Would you be shocked? Would you really be shocked? All right, let's make a shovel. Hope there's no bears around me. Every time I go to do stone napping, I always get paranoid. Like, this is going to be the last time I ever look at the sky. I died staring at the ground. Alright, shovel, hoe. Let's dig it. Let's dig it out, people. So, we are going to have to go around the outside. Dawn clued me into this the last time because we got our soil instability turned on. So, yeah, we got to make sure that the edge of this is reinforced. It's not a compliment. Mini Mongoose. Miniature Mongoose. That's why I love you, because you speak your mind, You're not afraid to just tell it like it is. Let's see. The internet is all about money, so if it's free to you, then you are the product being sold. Truer words are never spoken, Edvard. 100%. Calm down, Earth. The Earth is all nervous, shuddering violently. All right, let's get all this valuable dirt. Not the flowers. Nobody cares about the flowers. In fact, I'm not going to replant these. These get thrown into the lake. Ploop, ploop. Go eat that flower fish. Consume it and then poop it out. All right, here we go. I'm going to turn this low fert into packed dirt. And we'll take the medium fert and use it to garden. We're going to be a gardener. Okay, I know it's not deep enough, too. We still got to go down a layer, but just doing things, backwards, essentially. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, unfortunately, I have to use Google Chrome in order to get paid through AdSense, which is weird, but I mean, I could still use an alternate browser to do the majority of my browsing and stuff, but I think I probably have to use it. I don't know if I'd have to use it to upload videos to YouTube. I never tried that. It really should be 3 wide and deep as well. Yeah, you might be right. 2 wide's pretty chintzy. I'm being, speaking of money, ads. Oh, no, Edvard. I'm sorry, buddy. Shouldn't be too long. I think I've got it set to 5 minutes of ads per every hour, which I think is fairly decent. All right. Let's collect all that. I think for now we'll call this cool, but I probably will expand this as I need more dirt, you know. All right, let's get out of here. Let me out. Yeah, we'll make this bigger and bigger as we go over, you know, but for right now that's good. Okay, let me put this away. Now, let us see. Metal parts, I don't need to carry you around for the rest of my life. Oh, can these not be stacked? Yeah, they can be. Good. Look at this. We're emptying things out. Let's eat a little bit. Let's refill our foods. Boop. And come here. Don't waste any of that wood. You. We're not going too far from home, so I don't need to pour that into the crock pot. All right. Let's do this. Let's get some, let's get a hoe or two made. Probably need a couple of these bad boys. So we'll knock it. Oh, I just did the wrong thing. That's okay. Boop. Sit down, everybody. Just take a seat. Take a little load off here. Take a load off, baby. Come on. Trying to reach out while I flit nap. It's not easy. I'm intensely paranoid about them gliding over too wide gap. I don't ever know if I've seen it, but I wouldn't trust it. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, they can just go right over it. And that would be bad, especially if I intentionally like tried to aggro them just to drop them in the pit, and then they just walked right over it. That would be absolutely humiliating, but it does sound like something I would do. And I know one person who would laugh. Okay, let's put that in the hot bar. Make a little bit more dirt. Give me this. All right, Mr. Fish, you're about to see the epic agricultural setup here. You guys have never seen anything like this. Except you have if you watched my last stream. Oh, what do you do? Wait. What you should do is make a crude grate that leads under the packed earth to give yourself a walking path out. Bears can climb ladders, so ladders aren't safe out. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. I think after we get these seeds planted, I might go ahead and cut up a bunch of cattails. Good news is we settled in, like, the land of all cattails. I don't know if I've ever seen so many in one lake before. So, we've got plenty of those. All right. Bing. This is it. This is the life here, people. Bears can climb ladders. So I've been told. I've never witnessed it, but bears are amazing creatures, you know? They really are. Okay. For short. Nice. And let's hoe it out, people. I'm going to leave those two closest for baskets and storage. Best part of this run is you're terraforming the world with each death. How dare you, Rod? I don't know what deaths you're talking about. I've completely blocked those out of my mind. I just got blackout drunk and just forgot about it. No, I'm kidding. I stopped drinking for the new year, and I haven't gone back on that yet. And we're geared, so there's no threat in losing it. That's right, I forgot that. We got that temporal gear, people. Now the question is, do I just stop panning altogether now? Do we just, you know, sleep every night? No, I don't think we'll do that. I think we'll still continue to pan. So get ready. Get prepared. The excitement is going to blow you off your socks or something like that. I don't know. Can you die so often you end up in the tropics? Miniature mongoose. You could. Yeah, I think you can actually set the death respawn rate farther away. Or I might be wrong. Maybe 5,000 blocks is the maximum. But if you were super unlucky, you could do that. Only a mind as twisted as the miniature mongooses would think of such punishments, though. You're going to die eventually. I have to go for now. Okay, thanks, Jennifer9. Never stop panning. You know it. Panning bony soil. We did pan a bunch of bony soil when we first got to this location. See these ruins over here? Yeah, this was what attracted us to this spot, and they were loaded with bony soil, but we got through all of it and didn't find a single temporal gear, although we did find one last night just in some regular sand, so I'm not complaining. All right, hold on. So now we got to get our seeds out of storage. Shouldn't be a problem. Let me drop these. There we go. All right. Pink. You go down. Down. Let me actually pick these up. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, these books are putting off particles. I was like, what the hell's happening? Thought my stuff was on fire for a second. I almost screamed out. All right, that's all the seeds I have, really? Wow. Pretty damn pitiful. Well, we're going to have to go out and hunt down some agricultural stuff. I think this is one of the rare times where I actually hoed up more garden area than I have seeds. Wild. All right, here we go. We're doing it. We've officially made this place home, you know? That's what the movie The Martian told me. Whenever you plant crops in an area, you've officially colonized it. I say the first time you take a dump in an area, that's when I consider it fully, you know, not to be too crude about it, but this is real. This is real life, people. Actually, it's not. It's a video game, but you know what I'm talking about. So let's get some cattails. Everybody's most exciting thing. Foraging and bear hunt? Never. The bears are a sacred animal in this world. We don't hunt them. We build little shrines to them. And I will chisel up a bear shrine. You don't nomad enough before you settle. Now that was something I tried to change this run. Remember, was I tried to make it a point to get a bunch of bony soil before settling in, but we got lucky. We got lucky. Quit giving me that look, fish. I saw that side eye. What do you think calling it putting down roots? There you go. That's true. That's true. All right. And you're in the red to pirate. Safe enough to dump. Checks out. You can poop all along the place. That's why they have truck stops. Great idea, bear statue chisel project. I miss chiseling. That's one of the things I am really looking forward to in the top server, the official top server playthrough. I'm going to do some big chiseling projects. That'll be a lot of fun. Fish side-eye is real. You guys ever see those really super deep sea fish? I think they're called like barrel eye fish, but they have like eyes on the top of they're super weird looking because like the front of their skulls is transparent to like help absorb as much light or something like that. It's crazy. I love watching those documentaries about like super deep sea animal life. Fascinating. It's crazy to me to think that like while we're up here living our little lives on the dry earth, there's like just millions of shrimp and little crabs and all kinds of jellyfish, everything just going on down below. It's all happening, people. Right, let's get this knife. I'm telling you, bro, they have transparent heads. Look them up. I think it's called the barrel eye fish. I could be dead wrong about that. That might be something that's not even a real thing, but I'm sticking with it. All right, we got a knife. How we doing? Do I have enough? Bill Beto. What's up, Bill Beto? Welcome to the stream, my good friend. It's great to see you again. I don't want to make bear statues and periodically move them around and scare people with them. Dawn. We could make another chisel library. I love that idea. Yeah. It's a great idea, Mini Mongoose. We will do that. We shall. We will and we shall. I'm really looking forward to it. Plus, it's going to coincide with the new update. Oh my God, how exciting is that? Okay, what are we doing? We're good. We've got our crops planted. I just made another basket. Let's keep going with these cattails. Actually, hold on. Let's eat. Boom. Let's go get more. You guys ever seen that? Captain Disconnect. What's up, buddy? You guys ever seen that? It's a parasite that will bite out the tongue of a fish, and then it replaces the fish's missing tongue with its own body, and it like eats food as the fish eats. That's a real thing. That actually happens. That's going on. There's fish out there right now that have no tongue. Isopod, that's right. Isopods are one of those. This earth has some weird ass crap going on, people. Fish do have tongues. Yeah. You gotta have a tongue. How do you think they kiss each other? 200 health was that easy Skyblock? Oh, you playing Skyblock? I forgot. What's his name? Oscilloscape came out with the Skyblock mod for Vintage Story, and I downloaded it and saved it, but I never got into it yet. I should do one of those. I gotta do a Skyblock run for Vintage Story. It's a louse, maybe. I think you're right. I did not need to get reminded of that. It's all happening, BV. It's going on right now under your feet, buddy. All right, so let's drop this crap. Drop it. What are we doing, people? We're going to spend the night making some clay. This is still burning bright. Let's get some more cattails, to be honest, because we are going to make paper from these too. Don't forget that. We're going to make a map. Giant isopods are football-sized pill bugs. That's right. That's right. Pretty grotesque-looking creatures, but totally harmless. You know, completely harmless to people. Related to pill bugs. That's right. Pill bugs are, in fact, more closely related to crustaceans than they are insects. They're like land crustaceans. You didn't do one with better mod pack recently, but I'm doing Terraria. Oh, Terraria Skyblock. Yeah, one of the things I didn't love was that you have to make a lava or an obsidian block generator, but I guess that's the only way to get like reliable stone blocks in the Skyblock challenge. So I just kind of have to learn how to do that. I've never made one of those. I know it's possible in vanilla, but Jesus Christ, look at the cattails, people. What did I tell you? This is Cattail Lake. We're officially living on the shores of Cattail Lake. Yeah, there's no way around that vintage story. That's what I figured. That was one of the first things in his video there. He talked to him, and I was like, oh, crap. Otherwise, I would have jumped in right away and started playing, but I was like, I got to learn something. And it's learning it with lava. One thing I've learned, one of the rare instances of knowledge that my brain has absorbed is you don't mess with lava in this game unless you want to get killed. Hey, we've done it. We've got ourselves charcoal. So we're just going to grab a little bit of this real quick. Because I want to see if we can make a stupid map, people. All right. I think I need a stone. Let's step inside where it's a little bit safer. All right, let's do this. Let's make a map. How do I do it? Papyrus. Oh. Bing. Now what do I do with this? Probably don't even need this. No, I do. Oh, I need 9 of them. Oh, no. Oh, looks like we're going to cut more cattails. It's going to take a lot of these. Way more than I thought. Okay, what was the recipe here? Wasn't that. 9. All right, good. Let's put those away. Now, we need a charcoal pencil. What the hell was that again? Oh, flax fiber. So we're currently working on a map for the mod Immersive Maps. That's what we're doing right now. Things like that. Boom. And now that we've got this, I don't know what the hell we do with it. But I do know that I'm just going to put that away for now. Okay, so bing. Oops. Hey, look at that. So how does this work? Oh, look. So when you create it, but what? Did I just need to have this in my hand? Hold on, let's actually read it. Okay. Maps are a simple way, 2 tiers. Be aware a map is centered on your current location the moment you hold it for the very first time. Do not worry though, a map can be updated anytime by simply holding the respective tier's drawing tools in your offhand. For a second tier, yeah, we know that. It can be updated continuously as you move around You might seem a bit disoriented when charting a new map. This is normal. True north is not something you can feel in your bones, after all. At least I hope not. You can luckily rotate the map in your hands at any time by pressing R. So you can't remember where you are at the surface company. By pressing P, you can manage the waypoints of your map you're holding. Share with a friend. Of your map. Wait, you can mark the coordinates found in letters. Oh, okay. On your map as well. So that's like letters from the traders and stuff, I guess. Okay, so it says by pressing P. Oh. This is cool. I like that color. Hey. Wait, oh, can't zoom in on it. Added a waypoint. Home. That's cool. What do you guys think of that? Now, I wonder if this would be affected by the true color option. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, actually, because we can change the map true color after. Let me look up that command. This is just for my own interest here. I don't know. Map color command. We'll see if I don't know. I hope this doesn't break anything. It shouldn't, but okay. I think that's it. I don't know. All right, let's try. Value set to true. Maybe it'll have to wait for our next map. I don't know. It's not a big deal. The map does seem quite small. Let's see. Can we put it on something? I want to like place it, you know. I want to see if I can start like a map like Minecraft where you can like make a map and start, you know, set it up on your wall. It doesn't appear though that we can. Maybe we need like a frame or something. I don't know. It didn't say anything about that, but it's interesting. It does seem fairly small. So we will need to like update this. Let's see, what time is it? It's 5 p.m. Let's go. Oh wait, I think it just updated. Let's just go this way. Uh-oh. How do you find the latitude, longitude markers or the coordinates? Right. So how do you reference that on the map? That's a good question. I know what you're saying. I understand. What is this? Yeah. So like, I don't know. Maybe you just need to place more than one marker. You know what I'm saying? Because then you can start to figure out where they are in relation to each other. I don't know. Oh, okay. Yeah, it did change. So we're heading south right now. Oh, so I can definitely figure out directionality using this thing to a degree. Yeah, so if we go into here. Uh-huh. Interesting. Well, I don't know just how super helpful this is. Maybe it'll improve as we, you know, because there's different tiers too. Remember, you know, we've got better paper. So if we make actual parchment, we can get a bigger, well, I assume we can get a bigger map. And then there's also ink and quill, which is like the second stage too. So that may make it more functionally, you know, useful. Can we watch it change as we travel? Kinda, yeah. Uh-huh. It's tracking as we travel. Interesting. Yeah, there's no zoom, at least not that I can figure out, really. Not with the mouse wheel, exactly. Okay, well, it is going to take up 2 spots in the inventory for me to carry it around, obviously. So that's a little bit prohibitive, not going to lie, at this early stage at least, you know. I don't think I'm going to keep it with me all the time. Let's just dump it off in here for now. But yeah, I mean, it's fun to explore it. That's one of the reasons I decided to install it, because it sounded interesting, but you can never truly judge a mod until you've, installed it and played it. So that's what we're doing. You like craftable cartography better? Yeah, that's obviously everybody's standard go-to map replacement mod. But like I said, just wanted to try something new. We'll see how it goes. Maybe again, the second tier is just going to be like so much better. I don't know. I would really love it if they would add the ability to place those maps, to like keep it locked in so we can have like a nice big map of the area. I'm currently trying to make a cellar. It's a pain because I need a path for the cellar. Oh, yeah. Come on. Started Vintage Stories server with a friend after I showed him your YouTube channel, and now it's so fun. The amount of food you need for 2 players is no easy task. That's true, Captain Disconnect. Well, thanks for sharing around the videos, buddy, and I'm glad you're having fun on your multiplayer world. Yeah, nothing beats multiplayer, especially in a game world like this. Vintage Story, I mean, all games are better in multiplayer, arguably, but Vintage Story especially does just really, really open up in a multiplayer world. And especially if you can get some mods on your server. Are you using mods, Captain Disconnect? I mean, obviously, you've got to be going with culinary artillery and expanded foods, at the very least. Now, I know sometimes it's cheaper and easier just to go vanilla, especially if you're new to the game, or if you've got new people who are friends who are new to it. It's always good to kind of start off vanilla. But I do think that culinary artillery and expanded foods are very vanilla-ish. They have that vanilla feel to them that I would be like, even as a new player, or, if I was introducing someone to the game, I'd be like, these 2 mods are pretty critical. All right. Sun's going down, people. We've got a buttload of cattails. I'm going to make a few more baskets. Now, what do we do in the morning? What's our goal? I think the goal is really to get out there and find some copper, don't you guys? I think tonight what we'll do before we start panning is we're going to whip up some more clay molds, get those firing in our pit kilns. One of them will be the anvil too, so yeah, that's pretty good. I like Nico Nix's bone broth. It's the only thing I miss from Culinary Artillery, and it's much more lightweight. Yeah, the sheer amount of recipes that Culinary Artillery and Expanded Foods adds can be a little overwhelming, but I do love it. As it is his first time playing, we're playing vanilla, but I'm sure we'll find some mods that are fun. That's a great thing about games that are modded. It's like, you can never get bored with them, to be honest, never. If you get bored, just install a brand new set of mods that you've never tried. That's kind of what we're doing here. All right. Although not really bored with the game, but just like to explore new mods. Keep that with us. So, yeah, like I said, we're going to whip up some pottery this evening. Let's grab our door material. Actually, I'm going to grab this too. Close up shop for the night. Lay down our light sources. How we doing on food? Okay, we do have a serving of mushroom stew, but we're very hungry. Yeah, let's get some more food going. What are we looking at here? We got a bunch of grain. You know what? Is there some berries or something? Maybe it's a little bit too early. You know what? It says rift activity is low. Hold on. Let's see if we can find a few veggies to throw in this crock pot or this cooking pot. Maybe some berries. Oh, well, rift activity is low, but of course there's a portal right by my place. Obviously that's true. Where were those mushrooms? Here we go. Got so many mushrooms, people. We'll just grab 4 of them. Let's go ahead and grab these seeds, though, too, if we get any. Oh, goddamn bow torns. Stupid portal. No. Dude was right on my butt. Oh my god, okay, my heart's beating. Alright, we're alive. Nobody died. That's all that matters. We're alive, people. Oh, there's already charcoal in there. Okay, in you go. The evil is attracted to the temporarily flux nature of the Seraph. Let's see, that made you jump. There you go, Minnie. Keeping you awake. Keeping you awake, Minnie. Alright, let's put these away instead of just laying them down. Alright. Let's grab the clay. Can I mix and match blue clay? Because I don't think I have enough here. I might not have enough to finish this, but we'll at least get it started. Yeah, I gotta go out and get some clay tomorrow. Return to the pan, it's calling. That's right, I'd love to get this burning or set up here in a pit kiln, but we'll just see how this goes. Thanks for coming by the stream too, everybody. It's great to be with you again, hanging out. I've got my stream schedule for next week pinned in chat, both YouTube and Twitch, so click that if you want to see what days and what games I'll be streaming next week. And tomorrow, I will be streaming some Card Survival Tropical Island right here on the channel. So I hope you'll join me for that one. Great classic indie survival game. All right, let's go. Whoops. F. G. I'm wasting a bit of clay here. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have enough. Boom. Yeah, I'm excited. Down to 7 pieces. Food's done. Save that. Excellent time to like and subscribe. Follow if you're on Twitch. That's right, folks. Thank you. Ryan needs a Bugatti. No, I don't need that. What I need is rent. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's go. Get this cleared out. In the morning, I'll get some more clay and finish it. But we're definitely going to be panning. Also interested, maybe I should try to mix some blue clay. I bet you it's not going to work, though. Yeah, I bet you that doesn't work. Hey, can we set official Wall of Flesh Day pretty soon? Sure, buddy, absolutely. Are you prepared? Are you ready? Yeah, we can do it. Let's see. Oh, thanks for the bits, too, buddy. Appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's pretty much just me and you who will be doing it, unless Mini Mongoose wants to get in on the fight too, or Sherry does. But yeah, we can do a Wall of Flesh fight for sure. Send that world into hard mode. That's what I say. All right, so that's on hold. Yep, let's get our panning equipment. Let's do it, people. Panning, everybody's favorite activity. Here we go. It's happening. You're over prepared. Right on, buddy. So have we set? How do you like to fight them? When you go to the hell, do you set up like a platform? I'll fight, but I got to keep my. Oh, got to set up my backup keyboard. Okay. For sure, for sure. Have you ever fought the Wall of Flesh, Mini? It's a fun fight. It's tough, but It can be really, really challenging. It's the Vintage Story slot machine. That's true. It is. Excuse me. Here, I used to go to casino with a buddy of mine. He was a gambling addict. Not even gonna lie. That dude played everything from poker to fantasy football. He would gamble on anything, but he loved going to the casino. He would call me up, be like, "Hey, dude, I got a long lunch break. Let's go to the casino." I'm like, "Man, I can't spend the money this month." I was like, "Come on, I'll throw you $50. Just go with me." Like, goddamn, dude, you're gonna pay me to go, and you're just gonna lose the money anyway. What difficulty? Dawning, we are on expert mode, so kind of middle of the road because we got a few players who aren't like super experienced or new. And then we've got some people who are veterans, so I kind of went middle of the road, basically. Stupid, tasty, easy to spill juice. Poor Minnie. What kind of juice are you drinking, Minnie? I love fruit juice. I'm a big fan of pomegranate and raspberry. Let's see. Gacha is my survival game. There you go, buddy. Ulfric says, I've already made a hallway left to center, and if we fail, I'll start working on right. Okay, cool, dude. Sounds like you did prepare. Excellent, buddy. Uh-oh. Full. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, let's see. Maybe we can do it tomorrow. When I get off stream today, I've got some stuff to do. Otherwise, I would do it tonight. Maybe we could do it tonight. Oh, tonight or tomorrow. We'll see, buddy. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm up for a wall of fight kill. Or wall of flesh kill. All right. A little bit better. I think I'm just going to put that away. Yeah, let's go gambling. Oh, dang. I like going to the casino. You know, he never really had to twist my arm too much, my buddy, when he wanted to go. But there were times when I was just like, I can't spend money on gambling right now. But there was never that time for him. He had a lot better job than I did, too. He was a union carpenter, so he got paid a lot of money. He worked for an oil company, and he would go up as a carpenter. The oil company hired a crew of carpenters, and they would literally just build like temporary scaffolding up those big like oil containers you see like on the sides of the highway. Those massive, just like white, big old containers. They would just build like temporary scaffolding for like technicians to go up and work on stuff, and then take it down. That's all he ever did. Just built temporary scaffolding. Got paid out the butt for it too. Ryan's gambling every stream. That's true. Every day I wake up as a gamble. Oh, man. Slots are fun. Table play is really your best bet. As far as I understand it, the craps table is the best odds in the house. But you got to bet in a specific way. You can't just go be like, I'm putting, everything to pass or whatever. There's a specific way of betting on craps where you have a better percentile chance, and it's still well below like what the house's chance to win it. So it's not like you've got like an edge on the house, but I do believe craps was the one game where you had the best chance. This is a really cool job. You went to school for mathematics. I'm educationally dispositioned against gambling in any form. I understand that. I do. Yeah, there's a lot of people build up a lot of fallacies in their mind about gambling. That's one thing you'll hear people say when they're in the casinos, like, oh no, this machine right here, it's warm. I've put so much money into it, it's about to pay off. But none of your previous gambles affect the current gamble. If you're playing on roulette, and let's say the number 3 has just come up the last 10 times in a row, it still has an exactly equally likelihood of rolling another 3 for the 11th time as it did every time previously. Yeah, it's just pure chance. But a lot of people think, especially in roulette, they'll be like, oh, 3 or 00 hasn't come up in over 4 hours. It's due to hit 00 at any point. I mean, that's totally fictional. That is not how probability works at all. I'm getting a lot of stuff here. Let's keep going. Kind of sounds fake though. I'm a carpenter for Exxon. Are you really, Rod? Oh, wait. Oh, you're just... No, I get what you're saying. You're saying hypothetically. Yeah, it wasn't Exxon. It was Shell oil. Let's see. Don't worry, Ryan. Oh, dang, it's a meme. Oh, gotcha, buddy. Clapton gamble. Yeah, it is a ways. It's fun. You got to look at gambling as just like you would go into a movie or going out to dance or something. It's just entertainment. You know what I'm saying? You go and you blow a couple $100 just like you would if you went to a nice dinner, and went to a club or something. But when you go in there like thinking, oh, I'm going to pay for my rent this month by gambling, or I'm going to go in and get rich even, no, you're setting yourself up for failure. I will say, though, that casinos are an interesting place to go to like just people watch. If you're interested and you like to watch people, they say go to the airports are interesting. Casinos are good too, but you're going to see the bad side of humanity in a casino. You're going to see some depressed people, some desperate people. You're also going to see a lot of excited and happy people too. But yeah, it's certain. That's one thing I would do when I'd go with my buddy and he'd be gambling. I would eventually spend all my money or what I was comfortable with, and I would just sit back and just watch people. Let's see, if you're going for entertainment, you can understand but not agree. That's far too expensive. A lot of these casinos actually have amazing entertainment other than gambling, too. A lot of them will have really great restaurants and shows and stuff, especially if you go to Vegas. There are entire shows like for comedians and stuff and singers who you're not going to see anywhere else unless you go to some of these casinos. But you don't have to gamble, I don't live near Vegas, but there is, one of the major cities I live near does have casinos. Let's see, never thought of it like that because they don't give you food and you may get a free drink besides, or that just blowing money. That one thing they do in Las Vegas, I think, is give free cocktails to people in the slots. But the casinos I go to, you would get free soda and coffee, not alcohol, though. You had to pay for alcohol. But you did have like free refills on soda and coffee. You could drink as much as you want. Yeah, eating is always my favorite part of any kind of a trip. Jim Gaffigan, he's a comedian. He's very funny, but he had a particular joke which always stuck with me. He said going on vacation is just like one long string of like eating. You go like, we're gonna go eat breakfast, and then we're gonna stop and have some snacks, at the fudge stop before we go and eat lunch, and then after lunch we're gonna have another snack at the movies, and then we'll have a dinner. It's like vacations are just one after another, eating constantly. 3 a.m. Okay. A couple more hours of panning here, people. We haven't seen a second temporal gear yet, but that's okay. We will need one, though. We will eventually need more temporal gears. Same issue, the return on investment is deep in the negative for me on Vegas shows and buffets. The best part of the casino... Oh, God damn it. Best part of the casino was the dessert we got there. That's true. I'm telling you, they got good food. I mean, these casinos can shell out lots of money, so if they want to hire the best chefs or the best entertainers, they certainly can afford it. And they do, just to get people in their doors. Boom. Let's see. All right, so tomorrow we're going to go out and get more clay, and I'm going to look for more seeds, too, for the garden. I feel like we need to get a lot more, and of course we'll always be looking for more copper, too, so we're going to do a little expedition tomorrow. Maybe we'll set up another, like, landmark on a nearby hill or something. Gaffigan is really funny. He's only what he appears to be, pasty and silly. Yeah, he's a good comedian. I like him. Yeah, he's not fake or pretentious, or I haven't seen him come out with anything new in a while, but I still love his old stand-ups. Either way, there's a lot of good comedians. There used to be. I don't know. These days, I don't like many of them. But I've always thought that I think it all goes all the way back to Lenny Bruce, too, for me, one of the originals. Very troubled guy, but he was also a very influential person, not just in comedy, but in the civil rights movement to a degree. I'll take your Vegas trip and gambling money and use it for like a 2-week cruise trip to the coast of Alaska. There you go, Kenny. That's smart. Yeah, I worked with the lady, and she had like a friend, and they would go on cruises like once a year. That was their thing. They loved cruises. They would always go every year. I never been on a cruise myself. A little too scared of the deep ocean to go like on a cruise liner, but that's more irrational, you know. If it was offered to me like free or really cheap or something, I would go. He's kind of canceled because he's a vocal Catholic. Oh, that's interesting. What about Ron White? I've been on a ton. He's so cool, public. Doing some testing on the map bot. Unfortunately, it's a bit buggy. I don't think it's supposed to live update as you move. Really, using a pin on them locks them in place. I had the pin in my offhand too the whole time, so maybe that's what was causing it, because it was updating while my pin. Maybe if I took that out, it would be locked in place, like you said. I want to figure out if we can place it, though. I really want to place those on the wall or something. See if there's a way to do that. Come on. Oh, well. Wonder how much copper we've got total. Haven't even really been paying much attention. Now, we do have a crucible. Yeah, I made a crucible mold. And, of course, we got the hammer and pickaxe. And now we've got a bit of coals. I mean, technically, we could get going into copper. I don't know if I have enough for a hammer and a pickaxe, but let's actually investigate that. It's 5 a.m., so we can set down our panning. Let's see if we can smelt a little bit. All right, yeah, I've got 25 pieces. Okay, we're going to make ourselves a pickaxe. Just looking around, see what else we've got. Okie dokie. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, you know what I forgot? Oh, that's right. Hold on, dudes. We've got 12 pieces of tin ore. I don't need to make a copper pickaxe. I can make a freaking bronze pickaxe right now, people. That's no joke. So the ruins that we stopped here and settled by had a bunch of broken vessels, and one of them dropped 12 pieces of cassiterite. I don't remember the ratios, but I think it's pretty... I think we only need like 1 or 2. I think it might be 2. 100 units of 10 bronze, people. Let's freaking go. Okay. Very good. Lucky, I know that was super lucky. I was shocked when I saw that on the last stream too. Yeah, that's pretty huge. Now we just need a little bit more of that, the copper, and we'll be able to make a bronze hammer. I might not make a bronze hammer though. I think I'll save this cassiterite for pickaxes. We'll continue to make tools, but I think from now on it's going to be out of copper. Yeah, this will be just used strategically for certain projects. I think that's probably the smartest thing to do. All right, guys, let's go. It's 8 to 12% this ratio. Thank you, Mattis. Appreciate you, buddy. Oh, you know what I don't have is a pair of tongs. So I need a rope. Let's run up here. Oh, shit. Hold on, I need to mark that. All right, we're going to come up here and look for some vines. I know that I can use cattails for rope, but cattails are going to be way too valuable for us right now to be using on rope. Plus vines are, if I can find some vines, that's going to be a real easy solution. Hey, Magdalia. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming by the stream today. It's great to see you. And I'm glad everybody could join me here. Hello, hello. Let's put that down. All right, here we go. Keeping the dirt on my hot bar. Looks like we've got some flax over here. We're going to make it a point to collect some seeds. Just got to keep a little bit of room in my inventory for some vines. Yeah, the bad thing about going up into this forest looking for vines is it's also going to be where we come across, you know, wolves and bears and stuff. I'm a little nervous, but we'll get up here. Just got up from a nap. Well, welcome. Thanks for coming by the stream today, buddy. It's great to see you. See, oh, we got almond mushrooms. We're not here for food. Oh, here we go. Nope, that's not what I want. Come on. I got some more resin. There's blueberries. Damn it. Starting to regret coming into this forest here. Maybe I should have just used some cattails. Here we go. Here we go. This is what we need. All right. I don't like being in these forests. It's too scary. All right. That's 2 pieces. I broke it wrong. All right. We need 1 more piece. Probably some hanging around here. So, oh, you're lagging a bit? Thank you, Rod, for telling me, buddy. We're going to try and address that real quick. Thank you, sir. Hope everybody's doing well today. Just take a brief moment here to see what my speed is right now. But I think the default behavior informs you whenever an object may be ground stored. Hover over it and off a pack of cattails to see what I mean. Okay. Thank you, Dawn. I will do that. How's everybody doing today? Oh, not anymore. It's cool. Good, good, good. All right. Excellent. Thank you, Rod. All right. We're back in. Here we go. Let's get this. Here we are. Boop. Let's go. You know what? On second thought, I want 3 more. I need 1 more. I'm going to get greedy, and I hope I don't regret this, but I want 2 pieces of rope, not 1. I feel like that, what's it called? That crucible is probably sitting there cold right now, but we're going to get back. We're going to get back. Man, there's so many mushrooms. We are not going to be hurting for food, are we? Okay, let's go home. Yeah, there's horsetails and mushrooms here. Galore. Yeah, so this is pretty good. Pretty good resource over here. It's good to know this is all here. Okay. Wait, what did I just see? I thought that rock had some sort of ore in it. Yeah. All right. Let's go, go, go. Now, wait a second. I want to check and see if that pillar is clay, but I'm too full. We got to go home real quick. Mushrooms can be filling early game. That's true, Bill Beto. That's very true. We've got so many mushrooms around, too. Look at this. They're everywhere. I got to come back for those carrots. You mentioned not having a mini-map was kind of bad. When you made a mini-map, I did. That's right. That's true. That's true. We got berries. Anything fall in? Nope. Okay, here we are. So let's get these things in the ground. Got a little bit of flax. Knife just broke. All right, no more seeds. Let's just eat that little piece of flax. All right, what's happening? Yay. Look at that. Didn't even use all the coal. All right, so that's going. What's the recipe for this? Okay. X. Probably help if I got my mold out. put you right there by our bed. When we stand up in the morning, we will step right on some hot bronze. Oh, we're doing it, people. Jumping right over the Copper Age, going straight into the Bronze Age. That's right. No primitive lifestyle for me. All right, put that away. You go away. Now, this thing, I wanted that extra... Wait. Damn it, I made this extra rope because I thought we had a piece of scrap. Was that in my previous location, though, before I died? I bet you that's what that was. Whoopsie. All right, well, anyway, let's just put this down, and let's eat this. Wait. Okay, we'll save our berries. We might be able to throw those into some porridge later. That, too. All right. Let's go get some clay. Did I put it on the ground outside? No, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for metal scrap, not the metal piece. We got metal scrap. I'm pretty sure it was at the last location. I thought it was this one, though. Or was that not it? Did I put the actual scrap out here? That's not what I'm looking for. No. Oh, well, it's not a big deal. We'll just have an extra rope for now. But, okay, let's go see if this pillar is actually clay. I think that's what I marked it for. Oh, I did make an extra knife. Let's get this knife made. Actually, I should probably whip up a shovel, too. We're going to be getting some clay. We're going to need to dig, people. All right. Not dying. No deaths this time. Okay, very good. Let's go. Start picking up all the flint. I'm starting to get a little bit low. This appears like it might potentially be iron. Sky iron? I don't know. Maybe not. It's not very regular. Let's just look. No, maybe not. I'm going to check out every stone that we see. Very important that we get our hands on some more copper soon. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of clay here. This is the mother lode. Stay away from me, raccoon. How dare you kill me? Dare you even think about it? I've been killed by foxes in this playthrough. I don't want it to happen again. It was downright humiliating. All right, let's go. We've come for the clay, so let's dig it up. Am I crazy? Or is there maybe high fertility soil over there? That might be peat, actually. All right. So we don't have the copper currently, so getting this home and finishing that anvil is not currently a priority. I think we should continue to explore around a little bit. Look for some copper nodes. Cave would be not a bad idea. Of course, we got to contend with drifters too. Don't forget about that. All right, yeah. So let's look around. There's a couple underground areas, but not too many. Clay vessels, too, I can use. I'll definitely be making one of those soon. All right, let's put that down. Rid of that. All right, let's go ahead and look around. I kind of do want some more dirt, too. I'm going to need some more packed dirt, but let's just see if we can find some copper. I'll take some seeds. If we can get some. Yeah, there's Pete dead ahead. Let's see, can I see the base? Yeah, just barely. Should we put a marker, a landmark up on top of this little hill? Hey, there's a trader right over there. Yeah, we'll put marker right here. For sure, this is a good spot. Okay, and we'll just say that direction is home. All right, let's dig up a little bit more dirt here. All right. How's everybody doing today? Having a good New Year so far, 2026. It's off to a crazy start, no doubt about that. All right. We got some berry bushes over here. It's one thing I haven't done is acquire any berry bushes and like start planting them, but we've been lucky so far. Food has not been a major issue for us exactly. 3. Okay. All right. Let's keep moving. Hey, Molito, rated the channel. What's up, buddy? Thanks for coming by. Appreciate your rating, dude. Hello, hello, folks. Let's see here. Playing some Vintage Story. Trying to stay alive in this crazy world of wilderness survival. And we're out and about looking for copper right now. We just poured ourselves our very first pickaxe, but I still need more copper, obviously. You can never have too much of that, you know. Just got done with some 7 days with your daughter. That's awesome, buddy. Heck yeah. I'm looking forward to getting back into some 7 Days to Die next week. I'll be streaming more 7 days next week. I thought maybe this was iron, but no, it doesn't appear to be. Okay, so there's my landmark. Let's keep looking. Looking for copper, seeds, and I wouldn't mind moseying over here and talking to this trader just to see what type of a trader this guy is. But I'm taking my time. Got more mushrooms. Yeah, this is great. This is like mushroom country over here. Good. Got some more grain out of that. Wonderful. Cool. I got to get ready to go to the in-laws. We'll be back, be back later. Well, thanks a lot for dropping in, Molito. Appreciate you, buddy. Hope you have a good day. All right, let's get over here. Now, yeah, I can still see my landmark. You can see me falling into one of those holes too. Yeah, I've thought about that, but hopefully it doesn't happen, but it might. But if it does, I will definitely yell at you, Minnie. I'll blame you. All right, let's grab. Nope, nothing. Yay. All right, it's getting pretty thick over here, the underbrush. So let's go talk to this guy. Sucks we haven't found any copper yet. Not much wildlife except abominations. That's true, buddy. That's true. Calm down. All right. Survival goods. Let's go. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's really helpful. I can sell this dude feathers. Bread. Mm-hmm. This is one of the more helpful ones we could have over here for sure. All right. So there's our landmark. Let's see, what time is it? 1 o'clock, almost 2 o'clock. Let's go up to this other hill and we'll place another landmark and then we'll turn around. Getting a lot of good grain. Get all this planted. Yeah, I'm not going to go up to this tall hill in the distance, but like we'll just put another one like right here. Oh, more clay too. Perfect. Yeah, we'll put one here at the top and we'll mark this clay essentially. Need some copper. Where Where's all the copper? Oh, this is beautiful. Love it. And we did get a temporal gear, too, for anybody who's just tuning in. I did manage to pan up a temporal gear, so now we should be relatively safe. In other words, if we die, well, I won't say we're safe, but if I do die, we will be respawned back at the house, thankfully. But that's only limited. In wilderness survival, the default is 3 uses. So the temporal gear will only respawn me 3 times. And then we'll have to get another temporal gear and reset our spawn point with that. So, in other words, I'm going to still be panning a lot. I'm going to try and take a different route home, too, slightly. So we can maybe scour, look around. Okay. Also, I don't know why I'm carrying all these spears around with me. I'm really trying to avoid hunting. That's caused me some problems in the past there, people. Alright, let's keep moving. You once found a trader camp with a treasure hunter, commodities, and a survival trader all in one little clump. That's cool. Got eaten by a bear shortly after. Very sad. Yeah. That's interesting little villager village. There are some great mods that add to the villagers quite a bit. You can actually, there's one mod, and I forgot what it's called. I think it's Better Traders. But you can actually buy traders from other traders, and we're not going to get into the ethics or morality of that, but essentially you can buy a trader, pretty expensive too. I think it's 50 gears, and then you can place them wherever you want. So you could theoretically build a little trader village wherever and just use that mod to fill it up. Don't confuse, don't confuse the Better Traders. Traders? Oh, traders. I see what you're saying. All right, let's see if we got more lag here. Rod says we got some more lag, so try and get that going. Let me see. Stream health on YouTube looks good. You've been on since you're buying a contract. That is that's the best way to look at it, for sure, for sure. All right, so far doing okay. I think this is probably a good time to take a quick break anyway. Maybe that'll help the connection smooth out a little bit. So we've been going for about 2 hours, but don't worry, the stream will continue. Seems better now. Thank you. Oh, the useful traders. Thank you, West. Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm glad you're still with me, West. But yeah, let's take a little break, everybody. Hop up, use the bathroom, grab a refreshment, and I will be back in just a minute or two. So don't go anywhere, everybody. And we're back. All right. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. Hello, hello, people. Trying to survive in this crazy world. Thank God I left myself a landmark. I would have completely gotten lost if I had just been like, oh, I'll just pause it here real quick, go to the bathroom with no landmarks. I would be lost. But we're fine. Everything's good, people. How are you today? Let's go. All right. Inventory's full. We retreat. We head home. Only thing I'm stopping for would be to mark some copper, but well, it's only 15:13, so we're going to get back out and look for some more copper because we are not stopping until we break into the Metal Age, people. One chintzy little tin bronze pickaxe doesn't cut it for me. It's hard to reckon the bad starts and bad luck with this run. Still no animals. How can you evolve into Iron Ryan if you got no leather? That's true. We do need to get some leather going. And I'll be digging some more pits eventually. We'll be getting some animals. They're around. They're just being shy right now. All right, let's get over here. Yeah, one thing we know, there's a lot of fish in this lake, but fish are pretty crappy, to be honest, in terms of food resource. All right, so here we are. Let's get these seeds in the ground. And another thing we need to find is some bees at some point too, but I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself thinking about bees right now. All right, I think what we'll do is we'll save the clay making for the nighttime. Again, we don't have copper, so it's not like imperative that I get that made right away. We'll just go ahead and stuff it in one of our little containers. Okay, he's crying, so we do need to make some food if we haven't yet. Let's see. He's belly aching over here. Let's see what we got. Let's get all our ingredients out. Okay, I'm also going to do something I should have done a little while ago and make some of these. Okay, I'll just put them over here. Beautiful. Let's get rid of some of these spears that I'm carrying. Wait, do we have food already cooked up? No, that's what this is doing here. All right, I feel you. I know. It's a tough, tough world out there, buddy. Let's get 6 across the board and 6 there. That's beautiful. We'll just go need some of these berries to shut him up. Shut up, sir. Making an embarrassment out of yourself here. I also complain a lot when I'm hungry. I don't have anybody to complain to. I would just go hungry if I complained. All right. Oh, look at that. Look at that beautiful, precious beauty. Hello, beautiful beauty. I'm just going to eat these berries, I think. Merkin Hog sounds like a biker band. Yay, look at that. Armor experience level up. Walk speed penalty reduced by 3%. Huh. Seraph Leveling is just going crazy over here. Bam. Pickaxe in effect. Let's go, people. Get behind me, Satan. All right, let's put that away. Put that away. Okay. Have a snicer? You're not yourself when you're hungry. Oh, a snicker. Everyone fasts for a week before we all commiserate. Yeah, we got 10 bronze, bro. Remember, we had 12 pieces of cassiterite ore drop from one of the cracked vessels that came out of the nearby ruin. Yeah, bro. So we're rocking a 10 bronze pickaxe to start with, dude. I didn't even go with copper. Why should I go with copper when we got 10 bronze? But now we're going to be very conservative with it. I'm only going to make pickaxes with this little bit of bronze we've got, you know. But yeah, we're still really looking for copper. We just got super lucky early on. I also need to kill a few more chickens, yeah, because I would like to make the switch over to bow and arrow, especially once we get a decent amount of copper arrowheads. I wish I could, like, break these down or something. No, it doesn't work, does it? Yeah, you should be able to resmelt copper stuff. Ruin win. Bronze pickaxe should be fun. Yeah, it was this set of ruins right here. It had a ton of bony soil, like a dozen cracked vessels. This was the mother load of ruins. All right, so we're just waiting on the food. It is done. Let's go ahead and do that. Bing. Put that back. Let's grab it and we're going. We're eating on the foot. We're not eating our own foot. We're eating on the foot. I mean, we're running and eating, people. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So we're going to go in this direction now. We don't have much daylight left, so I don't know what we're going to find, but we're going to look. I got my dirt in my hand. Let's be very careful. I do need to make a sling. Everybody always reminds me to make a sling, because rocks are easier to get than arrows, especially if I'm just going with like the primitive bow. So you're right, I should do that. So I'm doing a lot of jumping right now, people. If it's disorienting, I'm just trying to see a little bit. So we can clearly see our base. Let's go up to the top of this hill. Now this tree right there makes a pretty nice landmark on its own. Just a big old lonely tree. There's a deer. But I think we might still stick a landmark of our own on top of this smaller hill that we're ascending. It is a nice tree. I like those kind. Very helpful in wilderness survival to find special little landmarks like that, but it's also pretty. There are so many flowers around. It's insane right now. Yeah, I would hunt that deer, but I don't want to take the risk of it turning and attacking me. And I didn't bring my spears with me. So we've got peat right here. Yeah, more mushrooms. So yeah, our marker is going to double as a peat reminder too. What mod, UI mod? It's called... It's linked down in the description. I see you're watching me on YouTube. Check the description of the YouTube live stream. It's down there. It's called, I don't want to say the name of it wrong. I think Better Status HUD Continued is what I think is the name of it. Better Status HUD Continued. But yeah, it's linked down in the description of the video. Status HUD Continued. That's it. Thank you, Dawn. Appreciate you. It's a really great one. It's also one of the client-side mods that is whitelisted by the official top server, because the top server is a vanilla-only server, but there's a handful of client-side mods that they do allow, and that's one of them. In fact, if you look at that mod list down below in the description, every one of those client-side lists mods are the whitelisted mods for the official server. Okay. Yeah, the wine caps are safe to eat. Well, it's pretty rainy out here. It's still not dark yet, though. There's a rabbit. Oh. Turned around and ran. I mean, actually, visibility is kind of crappy. It's making me a little nervous. We can't even see our base from here. Look at that. And it's literally just like right there. Highly customizable, all sorts. Yeah, it is. If you hold Shift and U, it brings up this window, and you can enable like a whole bunch of all kinds of stuff here. Well, that was the positions I just showed you. But yeah, there's a bunch of different stuff that's not currently on the screen, which you can turn on and stuff. It's a good mod. Really good mod. All right. Need more dirt. Yeah, there's our base. Let's get out of this rainy weather. Definitely seeing some more wildlife out the farther we kind of go from base, so that's nice. You know what they need to add? Rainbows. We need rainbows in this world. It just struck me all of a sudden. I was like, I'd love to see like a rainbow right now as we come out of that storm. That'd be awesome. You need a lighthouse very rated. That's what I'm saying. Very immersive though. It's a big storm before nighttime. What did DV say? You got to try death caps. Oh, snap. Screw you, pig. You almost got me, didn't you? Almost got me. There's his little piglets. He's just trying to protect his babies, people. I can't hold it against him. He tried to maim me. He tried to lay me low, but that little piglet, I don't begrudge him. Protecting his family. Little piglet family. Alright, let's get home. We're hurting. We'll probably just go ahead and stay awake and pan, even though I need to regenerate my health, but regardless, it'll regenerate slowly, even if we don't pan. You know what, real quick, let me grab some of this. I need to get indoors right now. We're pretty... If another pig attacked me right now, it'd probably be a death. Bacon. Delicious bacon. It's good to see those animals, though, because at some point I'm going to sneak over there and slap a fence around that piglet, and he is going to become bacon. He or she. Let's go, though. You be porked. All right, in we go. Let's go ahead. Oh, no, let me get these seeds in the ground real quick. Plunk, plunk. We're filling it out. We're going to need to add some more space to the agriculture, but it's okay. It's going good. Brian's been bored a lot on this run. That's true. Only one fox death. Oh my god, what am I doing? Okay, so somebody did recommend, I think it was Dawn, recommended that I make some fence gates for doors as opposed to just using the blocks of hay. I might do that, actually. What is the crude fence gate again? Oh, never mind. Yeah, well, I need some raw wood. I don't have any of that, so maybe we'll do that tomorrow. But let's go ahead and grab our clay. Beautiful. That can be put away. This is kind of my food one here. Okay. We'll need this for tonight. Looking good. Let's get some light on the situation. Food-wise, should we start another batch of food? Still got that. Yeah, we've still got a couple servings. All right, let's get this sucker finished. Actually gonna pick that up. That needs to go away. Let's grab this one, though. That'll be the next thing we make. Oh, yeah. Why is fences so expensive? That's a good one. That's a good question. I don't know. It does seem very expensive, though, doesn't it? All right, people. We're doing it. Use a crude gate for access and quick closing, and keep one hay bale around to seal it against bow torrents. That's smart. Yeah, that is one downside to the fences. They wouldn't necessarily protect me from bow torrents at all angles. Stop. Hammer time. MC Hammer. Now, there's some American culture for you right there, baby. All right, here we go. Nope. Oh, how's everybody doing? Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. We're going to be streaming some Card Survival Tropical Island tomorrow. If you haven't heard of that one, definitely swing by and check it out. Really fun and fantastic survival game. Do this one the old-fashioned way here. Going around. Come on. Yeah, I'm going to be getting back in and streaming some 7 Days to Die next week. Took a little break from it this week to get back into Cataclysm, but we're going to be doing Cataclysm, Dark Days Ahead, 7 Days to Die, Vintage Story, and Card Survival. All right, so if I do one pit kiln, I should do two. Let's do a vessel. Get a vessel going, people. Super fun. Mini Mongoose. She loves it. I'm really glad that you gotten so much enjoyment out of it too, Minnie. It's a fantastic game. It's hard not to. Anybody in their right mind would love it instantaneously. Can't wait for Card Survival. That's awesome, BV. Yeah, we're doing pretty good on the farmer run, but that's the thing about that game. Like one or two bad choices or mistakes can send your character into a downward spiral. And we're talking a death spiral too, for the in large part. I mean, I've been progressed like very far in runs before and still lost them, you know, after doing something stupid. So much I might as well watch your mermaid run. That's one of those right there that if you don't make like just about every dang choice perfectly, you're gonna suffer for it. Yeah, mini mongoose, just wait till you try the mermaid run. Little baby mermaid. It's interesting that Gramps is on death's door but can wait indefinitely for you to cook all his food. Gramps is a con artist. He's just mooching off the farmer character for free health care and free food. What are you going to do, though? Family's family. I'm sure there was probably a time in Gramps' life when he provided food for the young farmer. In other words, you got to take care of the old people, you know? We can't just let them wither in alleyways or in their bed. You got to take care of them. It's part of what a civilized society does. Trash can never dies. I got to day 280-ish on the farmer. Good job, miniaturized mongoose. That is quite a feat. Quite a feat. I would have never beat that mermaid run either without Cat helping me along the way. I will make that quite clear. No way in hell I would have gotten that done. It was basically Cat just playing, but through me, essentially. That's how that went. I shouldn't even take credit for beating that run. I should just, anytime somebody talks to me about it, I'll be like, oh, that was actually Cat playing. You were confused. All right, let's grab... Where's my stuff? There it is. Give it to me. Put it down. Pick it up. Pete. So we actually need 12 of these, don't we? Oh, it's almost every single one. Bink. I feel like Grandpa could at least extract fibers from snake grass. It's like the monkey, even the freaking monkeys will like peel your coconuts for you. Jesus. That sounds like an innuendo. Hey, baby, can I peel your coconuts? Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Okay, let's move past it. Let's get this lit. You gotta be a marionette. Graham should be sweeping up. He can reach most of the island. He's got long arm disease. Listen, I can relate. VV, for Pete's sake, you don't have enough Pete. Never enough Pete. There's simply never enough. Pete is non-renewable resource. You know, that's the thing. Because like wood and charcoal, you can make that endlessly. But there is a finite amount of Pete in the world. In any given world of Vintage Story. That's a simple fact, people. So don't neglect your Pete. Okay? Say thank you to your Pete once in a while, people. Ingrates. Alright, so let's get down to the panning. Wait, what? Okay. Where's my sand? Didn't I pick it up? I thought I picked it up. We're going to need to get some more sand pretty soon. So much to do. So much going on, everybody. That's good, though. I don't like to be bored. I had a job once working at a gym, and I wasn't like a personal trainer. I was just the person who sits at the front desk and then like signs people up for memberships. But it was so boring. We would have to like go and wipe down the benches like in the morning, and that was it. Everything else was just sitting in front of a computer like for most of the day. I hated it too. Like I think some people might enjoy it, but I prefer to be like engaged doing something all day. Let's see. Could you repeat that? Pete. The magical pun. The easiest word in the English language to pun is Pete. No, maybe that's not true. I don't know what the easiest word is. A lot of churning in front, you know, and it was always so dishonest. And I'm sure many people can relate and understand this, especially if you're in America. Maybe European gyms are like this too, but they are so predatory and dishonest about the memberships. Like the rates are dishonest, how you have to like cancel your membership in person as opposed to just being able to do like on the website. They're so conniving and money hungry and greedy. I felt bad every time I would explain, like try and sell, because they want you to sell these memberships. People come in, you could give them like a free day pass so they can spend that first day just checking out the gym and stuff. But then if they come back, they want them to sign up and do the monthly fee. And God, it was so, just like I say, just so dishonest. I would still have a membership there too, because obviously I quit, so I can't. We used to be able to work out for free, but I would have to get a membership now, and there's no way in hell I would sign up and pay for that membership. Once depleted peat bogs become housing. Let's see, healthcare. Oh, you're talking about the peat in real life. Okay, here we go. All the all the coal on Earth was created during one particular epoch in the Earth's history, the Carboniferous period, ironically enough. And that was before this was after trees had evolved, because there was a time on Earth when trees didn't exist. But this was after trees had evolved, but before the bacteria that broke down dead tree matter had evolved. So for millions of years, when trees would fall dead in the forest, they wouldn't deteriorate. The wood would just compress further and further, compress. And that's where the coal on Earth comes from, is from those compressed woody forests, which can no longer form on today's current Earth because the bacteria would break that down too quickly. There might be certain areas like low oxygen environments. That's not sand. In peat bogs and stuff like that. Those are very famous for preserving fossils and even mummified remains and stuff. Yeah, I love that early history of the Earth and stuff. It's fascinating stuff, learning about those times, Another interesting history is of flowering plants, the way that, because there's obviously a time when it was just like ferns and mushrooms and stuff. There were no flowers on Earth. But if you look at the proliferation of flowers over time, over eons of geologic time, they dominated the planet, in terms, obviously there's still non-flowering plants everywhere. There's grasses and ferns still and stuff, but flowering plants are like the dominant plant species. And it's interesting to think for millions of years, they just simply didn't exist. And now whole ecosystems revolve around flowers. We're talking about bees and birds and stuff like that. They form a very basic part of the food web. Can't wait to get going. Let's see. Coal is just basically super charcoal. There could brown coal formed in the Mesozoic. That's an interesting point. I don't know about the details, what distinguishes brown coal. I have to look into that. Yeah. Could definitely. I mean, if there are different types of coal, then they obviously formed under different conditions or with, different materials. But okay, let's see. What time is it? Whoa! God, you gotta be careful. Even panning is dangerous in this world, people. There's no guarantee in this. Oh, I must be standing in water. Did I ruin my water? I did screw up my water hole. God damn it. I boofed my watering hole. Jump scare time. Sorry about that. The sand jump scared me. I can't make water blocks in a wilderness survival world either. This is all we got. If I lose this one, I'll have to move the whole house. Have to redig the whole thing. Panning and pancakes. You're a Pepsi man. It's funny you mentioned Pepsi and pancakes. That's actually one of my favorite combos. Having pancakes for breakfast and drinking a tall, cold Pepsi along with it. I'm not even joking. I'm a soda addict. I would say that I drink too much soda. That's definitely a weakness of mine. I feel like if I eat a meal and I just have like water with it, I don't feel as satisfied from a meal if I don't have like soda with it. And I know it's a bad habit. I definitely drink too much of it. You like both? I love pancakes. So good. All right. Ooh, we got 9 pieces of copper. You're going to go make some steel. Good luck to you. Good luck. All right, we got to finish this panning. Let's see. The major factor between coal types is their carbon ratio. Brown coal has less carbon than black, and both have less than anthracite. Interesting. All right, put that down. Pick that up. Let's see, what is our... Okay, current rift activity is low, so we might be able to sneak outside and do a little bit of work early. Let's just get... let's get some more food going here, I think. Edvard, jump scare, you almost panicked. Edvard is a master of puns. Oh, you know what else, too? Check this out. We have 1 piece of gold and 1 piece of silver. I can make a black bronze pickaxe with this right here, with the copper that we have, too. Yeah, we could make a black bronze pickaxe right now. So we've got plenty of bronze, people. I'm not bragging here. I'm just telling you, okay? Get with it. Put that away. All right, we're ready. Just admiring all my loot. Oh, there's food in here. Plop. Okay, what are we doing? Let's cook. Let's cook it up. Tomorrow, or in the morning, we gotta find some stuff. We gotta find some stuff, people. All about the stuff. Oops. All right, that's good. That's a cooking. Not yet. Come here. Bing. Shouldn't it just light itself since it's right next to the pit kiln? Should be a self-lighting cooking pot. No iron, not yet. I do, now that I do have the bronze pickaxe, I mean, we could technically go mining for iron, but I don't have a prospecting pick yet, so it would be very difficult to actually locate some, unless we find some sky iron, but if we do that, I'm going to need more flint, so I got to continue to pick up more flint, because don't forget, we've got to make that fire clay in order to break into iron. Sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. Come on. Eat. Sad no magic mushy in this game. No. There's nothing that'll make you hallucinate. Self-starting fires aren't recommended. Probably not. Probably not a good idea. Alright, we'll conserve our peat. Let's get outside and see what kind of a beautiful day it is. Now, it says it's calm out here, but I expect that means there's probably going to be 30 different portals swirling around my base, but I don't know. Because the game lies. It likes to lie to me. Tell me untruths. Okay. What do we do? Let's go get some soil, because I'm pretty low on soil right now. Yeah. The cooking pot doesn't ignite because ignitable and combustible are... Oh, 2 different tags in the game. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Perfect sense. See, it's always good to have a smart person here with us. Okay. There's our landmark. We got to find some copper today, people. I am just severely pissed at my lack of copper. It's upsetting me. Now, we could go ahead and whip up our hammer, actually, couldn't we? Well, we'll do that later. I do have... You know what? No, we're going to do it right now, on second thought. I've got that out. Because this way, if we do strike some copper, by the time we get home... Oh, shit, I only have 17. You know what? Should I just do... God, if I could only gotten one more. No, forget it. We're short. Can't do it. All my hopes and dreams have been crushed. That's it. Stream's over. I quit. No, I'm kidding. Don't go anywhere. Just joking. Smart person who specifically spent hours looking into the game's guts. A lot of big brains in the stream. Alright. A lot of flowers in my inventory. That's That's what I'm talking about. Let's get 2 more pieces of low fert. Boom. And actually wouldn't mind using that for the garden, but we'll just save it. All right, so which way do we go, folks? We haven't really gone in this direction yet. Let's go in that direction. Let me drop off these flowers to the local garbage pit. Vomit. Vomit the flowers. All right, now I don't have... Oh, that's flint. I thought that was something special. I don't have any good shovels. My shovel's almost broken. Shovelless. Shall lead to the dumb crusade, VV. You're not dumb, buddy. You're smart by association. Alright. Good, we're prepared to go. The people want to see copper. And so does this guy. I'm gonna look at every little stupid rock in this place. Why has it got to rain so much? If it's gonna rain, it better give me some high fertility soil too. Alright, pigs. I know you're out here. Now wait a second. There's definitely sky iron under this place. Uh-huh. Yep, we got some sky iron, boys and girls. Bink. Market. Whoa. Thought that was part of the hill. Moving slowly, cautiously. Moving like Arnold Schwarzenegger moved in the movie The Predator. In the later half of the movie, that's kind of how I feel right now. I've got myself covered in mud to reduce infrared visibility. Let's grab this. Let's see. I think one of the most underrated movies of the 90s, or maybe it was the early 2000s, was Predator 2. You people out there, you just didn't appreciate Danny Glover the way he should have been appreciated. Think of the end of that movie when he gets on the spaceship and he sees like all the trophies and stuff. That is one of the coolest scenes. And then the Predator does go and screw it up by giving him a gun from like the olden days. That was kind of cheesy, but hello, stupid. Ooh. Yeah, but go watch it again, people. 2004 Catwoman. God damn it, Mini Mongoose. How dare you one-up me? I miss Dave so much I randomly see him on the horizon. Let's see. Danny Glover is awesome. Human brain can only accumulate so much wisdom just because someone is more educated and wants to doesn't mean they're smarter than you and everything. That's true. That's true, Don. You like that movie? Predator 2 is badass, bro. Now, I still haven't seen the new Predator, but I heard that it starts off good and then goes like completely off the rails. But I don't know. I'm not willing to pay to watch it. If it comes on streaming free, then I'll check it out. Alright, so I just chopped down a tree for no good reason. Now we need wood. We always need wood, people. Alright, let's keep looking. Top of the mountain. Is this a good place for... what's it called? I think it is. Oh. Maybe it's not a good place. The whole hill just fell. Alright, so the base is that direction. Down we go. I think I'm actually going to use one of my healing bandages right now. Wonder how my armor's doing. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, it's not that bad. Did very little to protect me from that pig attack, though. Stupid armor. Alright, we're getting into the hilly territory, so let's keep our head about us. I don't want to get lost. That would be humiliating. Keep the dirt in our hand, too. Is that... wait. There's a new Predator. Yeah. It's called Predator something. I can't remember what it's called. Badlands. Predator Badlands, I think is what it's called. Predator Badlands. Yep. And it's got like a Wayland-Yutani android in it. You know how those worlds technically exist together, the Alien and the Predator worlds now? It's got the Wayland-Yutani android, one of their like higher level ones, and it's something I think would be cool to see interact, like one of those high-tech overpowered androids and a Predator. Because I don't want to spoil too much, but the Predator is actually like a runt in this new movie. So he's an outcast from Predator culture because he's like the runt of the litter, and like his brother and his dad don't take him seriously and stuff. So he's forced to like team up with this lesser life form. I haven't seen it. Like I said, I just watched a couple of reviews on it. You are the strongest raccoon I've ever seen, buddy. Survived a copper spear to the butt. You thought it was okay? I'll have to check it out. Like I said, I don't want to pay for it, but... Okay, raccoon, down. Let's keep looking. This rain is really cramping my style right now. I would be just skipping about like a schoolgirl if it wasn't for this rain right now. We got more clay here, people. This is great. Come on. Yeah, okay. Now where's the copper? I'm going to tangle with the fox right now. I'm not afraid of him. I just don't want to fight one. Predator for the Badlands. So a Roblox creator. Everybody is a Roblox creator. Everyone. Not me, though. Okay. Where are we? There we are. Let's get some of this gravel, actually. So far, the only source of copper I've had is sand and gravel. You love the rain. It's soothing. I like the rain, too. In real life, any excuse I can take to like not go outside and just stay inside and play video games, I'm down with that. I love it. That's why I like bad weather. Oh, I believe big in piracy. I love it. Anti-capitalism. I'm all about it. Badlands got mixed reviews. Some say it's too touchy-feelys, other that it's not compelling. Reading next to a rainy window is nice. That's true. It's not nice in Vintage Story, though, when I'm trying to survive and it's scaring me because I think I'm going to get lost or something. So I'm the big loser. All right. Appreciate you guys all hanging out with me today. Let's see. Yeah, I've been... I think you probably saw Mini Mangas. I don't know if you noticed, but I just purchased a Audible book from an audiobook from Audible, and I am so disappointed with it. It's from one of my favorite authors, Ian N. Banks. The book is called Exhaustion. We could talk about that too. It's got some cool concepts, but the freaking audio recording is incomplete. The first 2 chapters just get cut off mid-sentence. Literally just end mid-sentence. I was like, what the? So I'm going to have to get a refund for it because the audio recording is botched. So disappointing. I honestly don't like piracy. It's very hard on small creators. Steal Badlands. Steal Ryan's videos. A huge deal. That's true. That's true. No, you don't have to pirate my videos, though. You can just watch them for free on YouTube. Yeah. Stupid. Piracy is a fact of capitalism. Piracy is a failure of a service provider. If your service or product is good enough, people will buy it. That's true too. 100%. Yeah, when I used to pirate music from sites like LimeWire and Napster before that, I mean, oftentimes what I would do is listen to these songs basically for free, and then if I really liked them, I would go out and buy the CD. I would buy the album. Because, I mean, back in those days, having, like, a nice collection of CDs was, like, a prestige thing, you know? People would come over to your house to party and stuff, and the first thing a lot of people want to do is look at your music collection, you know what I'm saying? It's different these days with the internet, you know? But Yeah, back in those days, it was like a status thing, having a bunch of CDs and crap. I remember I had a stereo for a while that could hold 50 CDs at once. It was like, it was big, it was bulky, but it was like on a spindle. And it had this awesome, like, you could rotate it and stuff. It was super cool. All right, let's see. What the hell? Okay, here we are. An ad for Audible. Are you kidding me, bro? That is so... That's probably they heard the AI is listening. I'm going to get a random bill from Audible now. I bought several games I've pirated because I respected the product more for being presented. Yeah. I don't think it necessarily is, you know, it doesn't always carry over. And there's going to be a lot of people who just pirate and never consider paying. But, you know, I don't think it's a bad thing. There we go. Importing CDs was expensive with K-pop. That's a good point, too. Foreign music, yeah. Stuff that's restricted because of region, too. 100%. That's a viable alternative. All right, let's place this seed. And let me put this over here. We got a bunch of gravel now. Can't believe I spent so much time digging up gravel. It's all right. Like I said, it's the only source of copper that we've got, apparently. Apparently I can't get copper any other way. All right, we'll put that away. Let's go try and find some copper, people. Eat. Needed to make CD. Sure, the CD was definitely worth it. Hey, what's going on, Dead Mouse Fetish? Thanks for following the channel on Twitch, buddy. Appreciate that. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Playing some Vintage Story today. Alright, just trying to clear my stupid inventory. And then we're going to go out there and find some stupid copper. The world is full of just stupid things. Now, we better find some copper. I'm going to be so pissed. Alright, I do need a shovel. How do I need a shovel again? Did I make like 3 of these earlier? I love the wires color now. It looks lemon. Looks like it's lemon flavored. I love lemon. It's one of my favorite flavors. You know, I don't sit around eating a lot of lemon, so I can't really say it's my favorite fruit. Because I feel like if you're going to say something is your favorite fruit, it means you eat it a lot, right? Well, I don't eat a lot of lemons, okay, people? But I do love lemon-flavored Starbursts, lemon heads, lemonade. All right. You have your friend who lined their walls full of CDs. That is kind of cool, West. With that silvery look. I bet that's amazing. Yeah, I bet that would be amazing. When I was a kid, my mom let me and my brother pick what color we wanted to paint our rooms, and I was an edgy boy. I went with black, and my mom hated it. She was like, "Are you serious? You do not want to paint your room black?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do. It's got to be black." And she goes, "Okay, but you have to use a secondary color." So she made me choose black and gold. I was like, all right, I'll do like some gold trim. So we had like a gold trim wallpaper around the bottom. But otherwise, I had black walls, people. That's right. Don't you dare. All right, where the hell are we going? Wherever it's not raining. But always press D. That's true, yeah. High acid's not good for the teeth, people. That's right. Listen to Kenny, your local dentist. He's going to want to do an inspection later, too. Full body. All right, let's put this away. Where's my other torch? My parents outright refused to paint my room black. Oh, I think my mom probably justified it like, well, if I let him have this little victory, then I'll be able to put my foot down on other more serious, you know, issues like, hey, Ryan wants to get his nose pierced today. Well, no, we're not going to let him do that. Okay. My sister had pumpkin orange. Oh, that's not a bad color. My older sister always went with like a sunflower yellow in her room. That was kind of it's a kind of an unusual choice for a color of a room, yellow, but it was really nice. Always worked out really pretty. The extra funny thing is that they never painted our rooms. It was all just, what we would like if we could do. They still said no. Ah, I'm sorry, Mattis. Well, you can live vicariously through me. I'll come over and paint your walls black tonight. Let's go. I love homemade lemonade, me too. Made from lemon juice, 5 to 6 1 or about. Yeah, that's a good ratio right there. Lots of sugar though. I gotta have extra sugar. But yeah, I love natural squeezed lemonade, 100%. You had black walls, lived in an attic with a leaky furnace. Everything was black near the chimney. Rod. Oh, Rod. All right, let's go up the hill, people. It's not raining. We got to venture up this hill without causing a landslide. Or if we do cause one, let's just not die from it. How about that? We're still on the hunt for copper. And I'm going to be looking for seeds, too. And at some point, I'll make a stack of fences, and we'll come out here and start caging animals, but we're not really there yet. Okay. Come on, copper. Come to Papa. Now that we're getting up here into the elevation changes where it's going to start getting cold enough to probably spawn things like moose. And you can even sometimes see polar bears spawn in these higher latitudes. It's not dependent on a region. It's dependent on the temperature for animal spawn. So that's why you can literally see polar bears. So we gotta be careful. I honestly don't know if I really want to go into the forest. It's probably not the best place to look for copper. Let's just go around the outskirts. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? It's getting real quiet over here. The rain stopped. What the frick, dude? There's a wolf 2 feet from me. And I just missed him. This is why I need a sling with a bunch of rocks right here. Well, poop. I'm surprised he didn't aggro on me. Wait, is that all the blocks I have? He's not dead. I want him to get away from my spear now. Get away. We're all looking at you, wolf. Oh, okay. He's a dumb wolf. He's one of those kind of wolves. Uh-huh. Yeah. He's one of those. There's his lunch right there. I don't have any stones. Can I throw flint? No. Damn it, he laid back down. Lazy wolf. I'll just leave my spear, I guess. Well, where are we going? I feel like maybe we should go explore that river. That could be cool. Oh, there's more ruins over there. Okay, how far are we? There's that. We got to go check out those ruins. Yeah, screw this. Let's leave this retarded wolf. Oops, excuse me. I said the R word. Sorry, guys. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. We got to be careful going down the steep terrain. Oh, there's no way in hell. Oh, no. I'm going to die, aren't I? It's happening. Where's the wolf? I'm getting closer to the wolf. I'm just going. I'm going. No, I'm going to die. No, people, this is bad news bears. No, it's over. Hello, you stupid fox. 2 more uses. 2 more stinking uses. All right, so where were we? Because I don't have a good way to find my stuff. It was over here. It was over here. God damn it. Well, at least we didn't restart. We found that temporal gear early in the run, so if we can get the loot back, it's not a big deal. And I think the good news is my loot is on the ground floor, or down here somewhere, right? This was it. Yeah, this is where we were. Yeah, because those ruins are just right there. So let's find my stuff. We got 10 minutes. Oh, this is definitely it. There it is. Whew. Oh my gosh. Thank the Lord. Oh, and it messed up my hotbar. How dare you. Thank Buddha that didn't work out terribly. All right, let's eat and go check out those ruins. Well, that's one reason why, you know, landslides are pretty crappy. Pretty hard to deal with, people. Like a stubborn teenager. They're hard to deal with. All right. Watch me find some copper now. That would make me feel better about life. Must be karma for saying the R word. Oh my God, Mongoose. You saw right through my soul, didn't you? You did. I was ableist, and I was punished for it. I think you're right. Whoa, what's this? Oh, my walk speed just went up. I've watched 400 hours, and VS just Ryan keeps restarting the world. It's hard for me to feel invested in watching if I just complete the restart. Well, listen, Sean, you're a little bit inaccurate, buddy, because we did not just restart. As I said, we have a temporal gear now, so we're here. No need to freak out. All right. You can get invested as much as your little heart can hold. Now, let's see. I see some blue clay here. That's interesting. Looks like the river cut it straight down the middle. All right, so we got to get across here if we want to get to the ruins. But we don't want a repeat of what just happened. Doesn't it get pretty thin? Maybe I can jump it. My inventory's super full, so I'm not going to bother. Wait, what is this? Spelt. All right, we'll take the spelt. As a person with mental disability, our word never bothered you. It was more used for people doing things not what someone was, and the engineering sense. Gotcha. Thank you, Rajan. Yeah, I'm sorry if I don't mean to offend anybody. Let's see here. All right, let's try. God, there's no good way to get out of this river. Let's just jump in. Maybe I can get up here like this. Tower my way up. All right, where's the ruins? There's so many flowers. Grab all this flint. Wait, that's not flint. Now let's see here. Packed dirt bridge. That actually would have been smart, Mattis. That would have been the smartest way to go. I didn't think about that, but good thought. All right, so here's the ruins. We're losing light, so let's get this looted ASAP. Still looking for copper. Oh, damn. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Any bony? Yeah, I plan on doing so much panning that temporal gears hopefully won't be an issue for us. What the? I never picked up that spear, did I? Look at that, dude. How are they not aggroing on me when I'm super close to them like that? I'm out of here, bro. Okay. Well, we'll have to search that ruin another time, I think. God damn. Oh, man. Is this another iron? This might be more iron. Oh, maybe not. Wait, is that suavite? That is suavite. Yeah, this is iron. Oh, there's more meteoric iron right here. Whoops. Yeah, that's iron. Maybe I should just go ahead and start making some fire clay, because we can go ahead and make a couple of the bloomeries, because I've already come across like 3 or 4 different things of iron. I guess the only problem with that is I can't really work the iron ingots without a bronze anvil. Yeah, so I can't do much with iron without bronze anvil. Otherwise, I'd be out here collecting it and stuff. Oh, I don't mean you any harm there, little piglets. All right, here we go. Stupid pigs. Losing daylight, so let's head back. Always on the lookout for copper, though. Okay. You know what? I feel like we didn't... Did we truly explore all these ruins? No, that's right. There was an underground I didn't even look at. I don't think there's much here, but... Oh, some torches. Might be some stuff down here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think this underground was pretty minuscule here. Alright, no worries, no worries. What am I doing? Just trying to build up with sand. Alright. Now, this area did have buried bony soil. Did we get all of it? You can definitely use this sand and peat, so it doesn't hurt digging it up a little bit more. I mean, at this point, I guess it's not critical to get the bony soil, but it can help. It does have better drop rates. Alright, well, let's get in the house and do some panning. Oh, like a seashell. That's something we're going to have to worry about too eventually, is limestone and or borax before we can get leather. But, you know, the prospecting is really just... It's going to be a whole different pain in the butt once we get to that part. But we're almost there. I am almost to the point where I want to start doing some real prospecting. Alright, close up shop. Actually, you know what? On second thought, I don't want to carry this block around with me all night. Toss that. Do we have enough space in our garden? Let's see here. Bam. We're doing it. Progress is being made, people. Bam, bam. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, I've officially run out of space in my garden. So, we'll have to address that tomorrow. Okay. Oh, and the pit kilns are done. Beautiful. Oh, nice. All right, we got our anvil mold. Actually, I think I'm going to pick that up. Let's put that there. Now we can start to store our food properly. Put that away. No. Good. Okay, let's put our food in there. Not going to bury it or anything right now, but not to worry. We'll get there. All right, let's light these torches up. Pinkerton, you got to hop on Terraria at some point and see my mega castle. I will, buddy. I sure will. What's going on? Why aren't we lighting this? If you can mark the prospecting on your little map, that's true, Bill Beto. Yeah, that's definitely something we'll be looking into, using that. Normally, I would just use a sign, which is a pain, but it can be helpful, you know. You're cooking right now. Problem is immersive maps don't have a way to learn your coordinates, and you have to enter map markers with coordinates. All right. Wait. Just leave that. That. All right. I got a bunch of extra torches now. Let's put away this flax. You know, I might actually have enough flax to make a bag at this point. So I need a linen. I don't think we can do... Oh, I can. Okay. Yeah, I do have enough. Sick. I probably got enough for another one. Okay. Let me put some of this stuff away real quick. Be able to switch out. All right, where were those? Is that empty? That one's empty. We'll go ahead and reclaim these two as we go. And that one is empty. Bam, look at that. Upgrade. I wasn't even thinking about that, but we did it. Got a nice little upgrade. Okay, so I think I'll just leave those torches, but what else did I just put away? Oh, my flint. Yeah, I want that. And sticks are good. All right, let's do some panning, people. Oh, I've got food cooked. No, I never cooked it. Bang. What? Okay. You know what? Let me grab one torch. Let's go. Looks good. Those church ruins sometimes have a basement too. I should probably dig down and check that out as well. All right. Let's see. Let's eat. Oh yeah, feel like a king now with all this inventory space. And bam, we're doing it. It's happening. Let's go. Another beautiful night of panning, everybody. So if we get a single, well, no, we need 3 more pieces of copper, and I think we'll make a hammer. And then if we can get like another 20 pieces, we'll make a pro pick, and that'll be great. But obviously it would be so much better if we could just find some surface copper. So we're definitely going to be exploring more, 100%. And we got to figure out the best way to make parchment too. I feel like the map mod is cool, but we definitely need to upgrade to the next level to get, I think, even more functionality. There's our first piece of copper. But all right, so we have come to the 3-hour mark on the stream today, guys. I think that's probably a good place to end things for today, but don't worry, I will be streaming more Vintage Story Wilderness Survival next week. Don't forget, my schedule is pinned in the chat rooms right now, so check that out. And I appreciate everybody stopping by. Thank you so much for hanging out. Your great conversations as usual. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow's card survival stream too. So I hope you guys will all join me for that. But I appreciate you all, and I will see you all on the next one.